This program is rated MA. It contains adult themes, coarse language, sexual references, and violence.
All right, what's up, everybody? It is Friday, Open Comms Night. I'm Drayden. We got Dirk here. Drunk Canadian is here, and Blastum is here. Rain missing in action. We don't know what happened to her.
She was on a business trip to the East Coast and is traveling back this evening. But she won't be here in time for the show.
You gotta go with it, Dirk. We don't know what happened to her.
We don't. She's not back yet, so we don't know. She might be on some flight that, like, you know, I don't know, ends up detouring off to Cincinnati or some shit.
Damn, not the place you want to be. Yeah. Anyway,
What's the stay hydrated bot?
What? Stay hydrated bot.
Yeah, stay hydrated, but you've been live for just over 3 hours. By this point in your broadcast, you have consumed at least 12 ounces of water to maintain optimum hydration.
We haven't been live for 3 hours. How
Damn,
kind of weird.
Well,
yeah, it's very weird.
I guess
this is all a lie.
All right, we went long. All right, thanks for the show. We'll catch you guys next week.
All right, thank you, DC. Love you, man. See you on the flip side.
Although I do think that is a good bot, but typically by the time we need that bot, we're probably not reading the chat as much and catching that bot, so therefore we need it to, like, poke us in a different way or something.
I feel like that bot is directly aimed at this show.
I feel like it kind of is too.
Yeah, maybe like, are you guys hydrating yourself? Yeah, we sure are.
It's RSG's reach. He's put a hydration bot in.
Okay, so anyways, for those who may have been watching the tail end of last week, which, look, I'm just going to counsel people, you know, just leave before the fucking tail end. You know what I mean? Nothing good can ever truly come of the tail end of the Open Comm show. However, we were alerted to the fact that our friend Drunk Canadian, our co-host of the last couple of years, is going to be leaving the show. And I don't know, you know what, Drunk, maybe if you can in some short way, you know, kind of, I don't know, say why first, just so that people understand that, you know, you're not leaving because of me or, you know, anything like that.
Oh yeah, no.
Unless of course you are, but
it's all a ruse. It's all a ruse. No, yeah, no, it definitely has nothing to do with anybody on the show. It's 100% a medical thing and alcohol and some pretty serious stuff going on, but it definitely has nothing to do with anybody with the show. So I'm not leaving INN either. I just can't drink anymore. So, like, I can't really keep doing the show and hanging out with a bunch of drunk people and be the only sober person.
Yeah, it's
right. And I think go ahead, Jen.
Oh no, I was just gonna say. I mean, yeah, because it's like your friends. You got like your friends like, we're all going to the bar. They're like, it's like, I can't drink right now. They're like, you don't have to drink. It's like, you say that, but I'm going out to the bar and all you guys are drinking and having fun. You know what I'm doing? Going home or drinking. So
it's like being permanently like the DD on this shitty rocket ship that we are on right now. Like, so yeah. I guess I'll have to change my name from DC to just C.
Sober Canadian.
Sober Canadian. SC.
Yeah, sober Canadian. Condors players.
But wouldn't that just be Canadian? No,
because that's the exact opposite of Canadian.
Wait,
right?
Wait, you could still be DC. Dry Canadian.
Dry Canadian.
Yeah, I could be drying out.
That's it's not quite copyright. Unless you went Canadian Dry, then you couldn't do that, I don't think. But
no, that'd be Canada Dry.
Oh, okay.
Well, Canadian Dry, that wouldn't be a thing. But yeah, I don't know. At the end of the day, like, it's a tough decision because, like, I love the show and I love being here with everybody. But yeah, if I can't drink and shit's gonna get worse. So
yeah, I remember when you came onto the show, you know, and you know, obviously we knew you from TNT back in the day. And, you know, you were somebody that, you know, at that time was also streaming, you know, with INN. And, you know, you were somebody who liked to talk about Eve and shoot the shit and whatnot. And, you know, you came on a few times, like, you know, just sort of coming on. And then it was like, you know, well, why not come on and just sort of be here with us full time and whatnot. And, you know, over the course of the years, especially like, you know, like when BC was sick at times and Drayden couldn't carry the show, you'd be able to like actually carry the stream, and you became like, you know, kind of, you know, really helpful in that way, since I'm a douche and like don't like to push buttons and things like that. You know, but, you know, you became really helpful in that. And then, you know, you just, you know, like when we would be out in Vegas and Drunk Canadian couldn't be there, you know, he'd host the show for us, you know, from where he was. And, yeah, I mean, that kind of stuff is really super helpful. I mean, other shows, you know, like those upscale shows like Talking in Stations have like, you know, full-time kind of, you know, producers that are working there and whatnot that you know, help put it on and aren't actually on the screen. I mean, I don't know. I don't know that we'd ever want that, but yeah, because we always just want like the people who are part of the show to be part of the show. But I just want to say thank you very much for the effort that you've put in over the last couple of years in covering when we needed you to cover, or if Drayden, like, you know, went down or anything like that, and also just being here and shooting the shit with us.
Yeah, man, I appreciate you just being here on the show. I mean, not just on the technical side, but I mean, we definitely enjoyed having you just being here as a bro, man.
And my appreciation is you just did the things that I didn't do, and you have good insight to a lot of different games that you play that I played too, like Counter-Strike, and you still play Counter-Strike. So I really appreciate even the streams, you know, that not being on the show, but, you know, the other streams that you have. So I've just really appreciated watching you and just kind of trolling the shit out of you in chat sometimes, and you can troll the shit out of me too. So I just love hearing and being with you on Friday nights, bro.
So give a shout out to Looney Fucker for tipping $25 there. Thanks, Looney.
Yeah, Looney.
But you know, it's like, okay, obviously we don't like to do shots, you know, so early in the show or whatever. But you know, since we're talking about what we're talking about here, I am going to pour one out, because again, I am very much grateful, not just for the effort that you put into the show, but you are somebody that, you know, I enjoy talking to. Open comms, not just the hosts, but also a lot of the listeners out there. You know, it's kind of this family thing and whatnot, and, you know, blah blah, weepy Dirk. You know, here's a shot to you, bro. I hope that you know what? I hope that everything health-wise works out for you, and you continue to be around in some capacity and all that kind of stuff. But first and foremost, just look after yourself.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
To you. Fucking shots too early, man.
You guys are killing me.
But we couldn't wait until the end of the night either, though. You know what I mean? Because then it's
Yeah.
been like, you fucking dick, man, why are you leaving?
That's true. That probably would have ended up devolving into the case. No, it's been a wild ride. It's been a fun couple of years, for sure. It's not like I'm, like, completely leaving. Like, I'm still going to be on INN. I'm still going to be around, still talking to you guys and shit, so.
You gonna watch us get drunk and hang out in chat at least?
100%.
Nice.
My Friday routine's not going to change. Well, it's just I'll be more spectating than being involved.
There we go.
Well, you know, and I guess maybe we should bring that up because you are going to. I guess it's two things that we need to do tonight. One is because you've already alluded to the fact that you're going to be there, but I guess, you know, also pimp the new show, The Insider, that's coming out, and of course, look, this is INN, so The Insider is spelled that special INN way.
And it's all capitals too. I don't know if the site.
It's all capitals, yeah. Well, because this is Eve, really so it's all fucking capitals.
Yeah,
but that's going to be starting up. I believe it's May 6th.
May 6th, yeah. It's going to be
directly following Talking in Stations. It is going to be another talk show, but it is not going to be specifically or maybe even in any way Eve related. It's more about gaming in general. So it's more of one of those gaming shows.
And RuneShift was saying it's going to be a lot of you know, kind of up and coming games. So they're going to be discussing, you know, games coming up in the future, new games that are just released, reception. I would assume all that stuff. So it's like a general gaming discussion show, not just an Eve show. I don't think that they probably won't mention anything about Eve unless there's something that is in Eve that's like, you know, something major in the gaming world as opposed to just something big in Eve. So
yeah, the goal was to kind of leave the Eve stuff to the other Eve talk shows and branch off. And
also there's he was saying that they're gonna be doing a lot of esports stuff, so there'll be probably doing like esports breakdowns. I would assume, like stuff with Fortnite. I don't know, StarCraft. I have no clue. I'm guessing, but Fortnite, StarCraft, maybe League. All the popular games out right now, Counter-Strike. So all that stuff. So whenever leagues and tournaments and championships of that stuff is going on, they'll be discussing, matchups, stuff like that. So
if you're into that stuff, it's gonna fucking devolve into Eve.
Yeah,
okay,
no,
and
maybe.
You know what's worse? Because it comes on right after Talking in Stations. It's going to end up being like, man, did you hear what they just talked about on Talking in Stations?
Yeah,
I don't know.
No,
I
I'm
don't know
kidding.
if that's gonna happen.
No, because you guys are supposedly having outsiders that are going to be involved with it, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be a lot of outsourcing to other stuff, and using like the general stream team that plays a lot of the different stuff that's not Eve to kind of give insight on like game reviews and like patch notes and things like that. So it is really supposed to stick away from that stuff and sort of branch out to I guess like another branch of what INN's trying to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's something they've been wanting to do for a while, is not just be this Eve related thing. They want to be gaming related in general. So Eve is obviously their biggest audience, but people play other games, so.
And obviously, like what Skeptic's saying too, is like pimp the stream team out too. So like if people aren't aware that certain people are playing certain things, like that talk show could be a place to figure out like what's going on during the week for like non-Eve related stuff.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have to, because like we're Eve related, so it's like we know the Eve streamers and stuff like that. But like you guys are gonna have to actually know these like other people that play other games and things.
Yeah.
Yes. So you're gonna have
because I hear that there are other games that get streamed on fucking INN.
I pretty much stream. I don't stream Eve on INN. I play Eve, but I don't stream it.
It's been a long time since I streamed Eve on INN, and I get a lot of hate mail about that I don't do that anymore.
No, I just don't really stream Eve in general, because generally most of the time when people watch Eve, they want to be watching people solo PvP or doing like small game or FCing or something. I don't do any of that, so no one wants to watch me.
You could do other things, dude. You could do like exploration.
Yeah, I mean, like that works.
You could do
for
a
Manic.
mining
like,
Eve stream.
Yeah, Manic does exploration.
You could be out there right now on the Singularity server, like random number generating like triple holes and shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's holograms.
Basically all the stuff that generally people want to watch in Eve, I don't do. And they would be fine if I went on a fleet, but I'm pretty sure Elo does not want me streaming our fleets live, so
Why?
I don't do that.
Why?
I feel like he'd be fine with it.
He's supposedly very good, and I don't think that stream sniping should be one of those things that like messes up his gameplay.
Oh, I honestly don't think stream sniping is like your. But I don't even feel like that's your biggest problem with Eve. I think your biggest problem with Eve is like cloaky campers, intel channels, and other things. That shit's more accurate and effective than following somebody's stream.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I hate putting the little pictures up, so when I stream Eve, it's like, I got local open. You can see my overview. You can see what system in. I mean, I try not to have the Intel channels up, although I did stream Eve a couple times and accidentally went over to the Intel channels and was broadcasting those, but who cares?
Noisy had it. You can stream PI.
Yeah, I could do the PI setup. There we go.
See, somebody should be out there streaming PI. Just trying to make some mechanical parts here.
You just log into Sissy, and then you cover up the stuff that makes it look like Sissy, and then you go somewhere in your capital and start ratting. And then,
Drayden, somebody's asking why you joined Black Legion. Which
I don't even think we're Black Legion.
For the record, I don't even know if it's Black Legion.
No, we're actually
not. Are they even an alliance, or are they just a corp origin dot or whatever?
It's Origin dot. It's the same corp that was in Black Legion. Like, they never disbanded the corp, but no.
Well, it was always Origin dot, or wasn't it just Origin?
I think it was always Origin dot.
Was it?
I believe so.
Yeah. Well, when Elo was here, he was saying they didn't revive the old corp or anything. Yeah, it was just
he never closed his corp. They just kind of went off and did other stuff, but the corp was still active as far. But we're not in an alliance, so there is no Black Legion anymore. It might still exist with some like random holding corp while they're holding the name or something, but we're not in Black Legion. But essentially, it's like the core guys that were
Black, white, pink Legion. ...
But no, why did I join it? I wanted to change a pace. Like, I did the Imperium thing for a long time, and it's kind of like,
I don't know. Your explanation to me the next day was, "Holy fuck! I got drunk last night and hit the accept button."
Well, that was the initiator,
and then had all your shit stuck.
That was the initiator, but I was kind of looking to go elsewhere. I'd been talking about possibly going elsewhere for a while, so that was just kind of like the it was kind of, I got drunk and was like, why not? Let's just fucking do it now. But
it's funny that Rain did the same thing. That's how she ended up in
yeah,
it.
well,
Was drunk.
I'm assuming
And then it
that's also
to
what
you the
happened
next
with
week.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's also what happened with Manic and Corcus God.
They're,
and
they're
B.
picking up all the big
Yeah,
names.
yeah,
man.
we got
First
Manic.
It was Rain, then it was Drayden, and now Manic Velocity's gone over.
Yeah, Manic Velocity's in Origin. We got.
Well, when I say
Elo-
gone over, I don't know where Manic was
Yeah,
before, but like,
he
you know.
was in
Knight
some-
honey dicking people into the court.
I think
Is that
he's
what's
trying.
happening?
I think he's trying to collect names, like not super big names, but like names that like people do recognize and whatnot. Like he's got his
and
own like
Rain's at
collection.
recruiting.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
almost like
get noisy.
skins for him, I think.
Yeah, no, it's not just Elo. It's Elo and Rain. They like tag team. It's like a honey pot. It's like a honey dick pot of
Honey
recruiting.
dick pot.
Yeah, it's and they just
There's no
go around
defense
and
for that.
they just double team people and high five each other when mission's successful. You know, just
Just doing Eiffel Towers
Yeah.
everywhere. I get it.
yeah, exactly.
Hating on Gloria,
on.
tipping on,
Tipping on.
Tipping on.
Tipping on $10.
Yeah, hey, not
Hey,
Gloria,
no,
thanks for the
tipping down.
$10.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, no, they did. Status is saying, are you saying that Rain and Neo tag team me? They did. If you guys were there that night, they both were. I think it was actually after the show was over. But
He
yeah, they
100%
both.
means something else.
I got dick potted. I got dick potted hard. But
Dick potted. Honey,
yeah, that's.
And now, you know, since we're on the whole Origin dot
Oh, look, it's
thing,
Rain.
since
Oh,
we're
hi,
on the,
Rain.
well, where are you, Rain?
Is she
She's
on
in
the
chat.
No, I know she's in chat, but like I'm just asking where she is. But you know, since we're on the whole Origin dot thing, it's kind of like you know, news came up today out on Reddit apparently that there is this that they've been hired by Sort and Guardians of the Galaxy to kind of, I don't know, augment forces up there or make sure nothing else. Like everything in the North has now been put into Elo's name so that nobody can scam them out of their stuff or something. I don't know.
he's locked all the blueprints, has no stocks.
Yeah.
Everything's under him.
He owns all the
It's like, I got
Keepstars
this,
now.
boys.
This,
Nobody's
look at me.
espionaging this.
Look at me. I own the Keepstar now.
He's acting as a third-party holder for the North's Fortizars and Keepstars.
So Elo is the
This is what
Keepstar now?
Scooter McCabe and the Black Hand Men will do to you. You have to outsource. You have to outsource the holding of your structures and shit.
Yeah, the
Well, no, I mean, and I don't know. It's like when, okay, so Boat, I didn't know about this. Boat posted it off in a channel. He's like, hey, you know, you got this, and I'm like, wait a second, hold on. That says Black. I was gonna say Black Rain because I got rain on my fucking brain right now. But Black Rain, that's kind of fucking cool. Oh my god, if Rain has that kind of pull with Elo and Origin, maybe they call it Black Rain.
Damn.
Oh, that'd be kind of a cool fucking line. Whatever. Anyways,
I'm creating a character right now named Black Rain. and I'm
Named
gonna
Black Rain?
Sell it to Rain.
okay, but and I'm sitting there going, this is Black Legion hired by Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever. Yeah, and I'm sitting there going, I don't think that there is a Black Legion. I think there's only an Origin.
Yeah,
How big are you guys? You know, I mean, how many total like employees are there or whatever? It didn't sound like it was that big because it's like this fucking Reddit post me. It's like, oh man, they're bringing all their shit.
Well,
Like ego big or?
I mean, I can't. I'm not gonna
legit like big. I mean, what is it?
I can't throw
what is the
numbers.
size?
I'm pretty sure I can't say like how many numbers of capitals and stuff we brought, but
No. But I mean, like,
I mean,
just
like,
talking players. I'm not
total
even
member
asking
count,
hardware.
which is not OPSEC, you can just look that up. But total member count in Origin's like 200 and something, I think. So
Oh, all right.
we're not like, you know, a wrecking ball coming up to smash stuff. Although the thing
More like
saying
a
that we were mercenary, like we were hired, that's news to me. Because when we were moving, I was under the assumption that we were.
Well, I
just
imagine
moving-
it would be because I'm not sure that you're in on the OPSEC info.
Well, yeah, but I got dick potted. I'm supposed to know. But
No, they got you in. Now they don't owe you shit.
no,
Like,
but I was
that's
just under the impression that we were going up there because that's where a lot of fighting was, and we were just, you know, we're just gonna
You're going to
get
honorably
in and on
third
it.
party.
Yeah, although I was assuming that we were just gonna shoot both sides, so I don't know. I'll have to wait and see because. Yeah, I'm not.
Just gonna honor a third party.
I am
get
not
it.
in the. I'm not allowed in the big boys room when it comes to Origin.
Maybe Elo's going up there to do what he did out in the drone regions when we were out there, where he's going to be kind of like this mercenary commander that like takes over the broken forces and like pulls them together to try and fight back.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, those were good times. So I mean, you know, and he was good at that and whatnot. You know, until that day he freaked the fuck out when we all got up like really super early in the morning and we didn't catch that bridging titan. But
Yeah, I mean,
House
like,
Hendo thinks you got honey dicked more than you got honey potted.
yeah, I don't know, maybe. But I mean, like, yeah, as far as I mean, like, we moved. Everyone knows we moved. And you know, we moved, and we're gonna fight up there. That's as much as I know, honestly. So as far as like who hired who, if we got hired, I don't know. I won't see any of the money.
He says you guys don't take contracts. You're just there to Anna brew and third party.
I wouldn't say it's impossible. I mean, like, you know, obviously Black Legion was a mercenary group back in the day, so
maybe this is a new direction for you guys.
How would it be a new direction? It'd be like the same thing they did back in the past.
No, if they're not taking.
Oh, when you take money.
If that, I mean, yeah, maybe. I mean, it's kind of.
Or maybe they're gonna take the money and then not do it.
It's gonna be nice, you know, that we could. I mean, it's fun fighting Horde, but it'll be kind of fun to fight someone other than Horde.
Come down to Delph.
I've been down there. All you guys fight is asteroids.
Until someone shows
Damn,
up.
Drayden, you've been gone that long to talk
savage.
Just fucking
Just
slam it
savage
down.
on us.
Spitting fire at the Imperium. Do
Oh man.
you have any assets left in Delph?
Yeah, I left. I literally joined Corp right out of the blue. All my stuff is still down. I got a dread down there. I got a carrier down there.
You should contact
I
that stuff
literally-
You contract it to me. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, all
I'll
my
make
stuff
sure you
is
get
down
it.
there. I think I got about 7 or 8 billion worth of ships sitting down in Delve.
That's his
I'll
I'll
make
be
sure it
back
gets to you,
ships.
I know.
I'll bring it
Yeah,
right
because
to
I
the
literally
edge of
joined
Delve.
Corp and I couldn't even jump clone from where I was because I didn't have access to the clone base. So I had to undock. Luckily, I was in a travel scepter in the system I was in when I switched. So, and there was an NPC station like 5 jumps away. So I just flew over there and then jumped cloned out. Actually, I couldn't even jump.
Are you a director in Origin or?
Hell no.
No.
Just a dude.
Let us know when you're a director in Origin.
Yeah, but yeah, no, I didn't even
Especially
have a
with
jump
the
clone
Black
anywhere.
Hand,
So what I had to do was I had to use my once a year switch your home station to your school, and then pod myself out. That's how I got out.
See, the real way to get out of the Imperium is you got to run the gauntlet on your way out. You don't leave by potting yourself out. You got to take
Well,
a ship,
no.
start at the center of Delph, and get out.
Max loaded Rorqual gate to gate until you get to Sock.
And
Yeah.
the Imperium gets 1 hour to prep for your
Yeah,
departure.
no, I was worried because I actually wasn't in a scepter. I was in an Astero, and I was worried because my clone was set in 1DQ. So it's like if I got caught in my Astero trying to escape, blown up and potted, I'd be back at 1DQ, and now I got to keep doing the same thing over and over in a pod. Nothing but a pod.
Well, you'd be stuck in the death cycle.
Well, I guess I could buy stuff off the 1DQ
I don't think it-
market, so I guess that'd be all right.
It doesn't work like that, right? Because if you don't have access to cloning services, then it must reset itself.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought it
right, yeah,
rejects
because
you.
it'll send you like this.
You'll
your
go back to
school.
your original
your
home
school.
school.
Okay, that would have been fine then. Whatever.
Why? He doesn't know where his fucking original home school is.
It's somewhere up in Caldari space. I don't know. It's one of those. I don't even know the school
Wait,
names.
you didn't
Excuse me.
Maybe systems,
bookmark?
yeah.
You didn't book the first system you spawned in Eve? You didn't bookmark that?
Hell, why would I need to?
For memorabilia? You can fly back there and
Well,
be like,
when you
"Man, this is
fucking
where it all
spawn in
began."
that system, you don't know
You
to
can
bookmark
always check. You
things.
just when you reset your clone, it shows you like.
And then and then I
Schools.
think well, Hate None says
Oh,
you
I
can set your
bookmarked it.
jump clone to your school, and that's without you can do that anytime with that 1 year
I believe
cooldown
so, yeah.
period. Yeah.
Fury Road.
I bookmarked
Hell
it.
yeah, Fury
Sometimes
Road.
I go
would be
back
good.
there and like reminisce.
You can get like medical clone fatigue, where it's like you get that 1 year. Like you can only reset it there once a year, which is why people are like, no,
You
I
thought
won't do
jump
that.
fatigue was
I don't want to
bad.
burn that now. I might need that later.
You thought jump fatigue was bad.
But
Medical clone
I mean,
fatigue.
I'm tempted at some point to go down and fire sale my shit because I don't know if I'll ever have access to 1DQ in a long ass time. So it might be worth just getting that ISK back.
Why don't you just get back in for like a day, move your shit, and then leave?
Well,
Nobody from the Imperium.
You think
pay
it,
attention
you
to
think
what
it
I
would
just
be
said.
that fucking easy after talking about that in INN
but
right
my-
now? It's like
I think Carneros would let him back in.
DC, my
I've
tenure
been saying
though,
all that they hunt down there is is asteroids. Right now is put him on the we'll need to have a talk with him before he comes back list.
Yeah. My tenure though.
He might
DC,
be
I've-
sampling some offside fucking elo at the moment, but
He's drinking the Kool-Aid.
that whole
That's his side
berating
chick.
miners thing.
No, but
You're
He's
Elo
a side
aid.
chick right now.
no, I don't. It's not Reaper's
I feel like
shooter. It's
it's his
Ibis's.
main chick now.
Would that be Ibis's or Ibai?
Ibai.
Ibis.
Ibis.
It's like
Ibis.
ribeye.
But no,
Ibisi.
The
Abyssal?
I've got 3 weeks built up in Origin. I don't want to ruin that.
Yeah.
Wait, that doesn't make any sense to me. How long were you in Bastion?
A couple years, year and a half.
But you ruined that. Now you're like a couple weeks, and you're like, I got
Yeah,
a
but
good
that's
stretch
2 weeks I
going
can't
here,
get
fellas."
back if I ditch it now.
I mean,
Yeah,
you're
but
not
It take
wrong.
2 weeks
How-
to get
how
that
many-
back. But then it could have
Do you
been
get
4.
time in position credit or something?
How
I
many
don't know.
paps have you gotten in 3 weeks? Come on,
We
Drayden.
don't
How
do
many paps?
We don't do paps.
Paps aren't a thing.
Come on now.
We
Sure
go
you
off
do.
kill mails.
It's like the Matrix. There is no Pap.
No, I've been
Oh,
getting
you
kill
go off
mails
kill
because
mails.
our Logi pilots we put damage.
That's
drones
pretty
in our
elite.
Logis, so
That's so elite. You take off the E, and it's just elite.
yeah.
It is. It's pretty fucking elite. Yeah, and it's tough, man, because sometimes you sit there and you go out in a fleet, and it's like you don't get any kills, and you just like feel like, was that just a waste of my time? Whereas with a PAP, you're like, you know what? I was there. I participated. I did my thing.
Yeah, but you could tell I was
and then
there
you felt
'cause
like you were doing something.
No, I get on kill mails because
I do miss clicking on PAPs.
We got damage
I like
drones, but
clicking on
now
paps.
they're gonna have Logi kill mails from reps. So
Carneros just fucking hit me up.
Oh,
She
shit.
hit me up in fucking Discord. He's like, by the way, I'm listening to the show right now.
oh no.
Right, you're fucked
So remember
now.
that?
You'll never
Remember
get
that?
back in.
Remember that Carneros likes me. Don't worry, I can come back.
Well, no,
thing?
Carneros does I like Carneros.
I'm sure he
I-
does like you, but he'd still have to look at you as
that one
I
kind
don't
Now
know.
you're sort of a gray area.
Well,
kind
no,
of
but
thing,
I mean, like,
you
no,
know,
I-
that-
like
You
I
would
said,
say,
it
I know
was-
you'd like to come back. How about I just buy your stuff at I don't know, 30 cents on the ISK?
It sounds good to me. No, I
That's a
still
solid
like
deal.
Carneros. Like I said, I never left Imperium on any kind of for any reason. Like I had issues with anybody. It was just I wanted to change the pace in gameplay, and it's kind of like reminiscent. It's like a bit of a nostalgia type thing because it's like going to a smaller group of like scrappy fighters where like constantly just fighting for smaller goals as opposed to like this big massive organization that is anything short of like regional domination is unacceptable type of thing. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of like PNG where it's like, fuck, oh shit, everyone, all hands on deck, like CTA, let's get it. To like shoot a tower down or to it's where like shit matters.
So it's more of a scrappy, exciting
yeah.
experience.
It's like
to these the
smaller things are more
slow
important
creeping
now.
Imperium.
Yeah, smaller things are more important because it actually like even just like one little citadel or a Raitar or like anything like that, it's like that's actually like important because it might be our only one and we have to actually fight for it type of thing. So
What's going on, Dunk?
it's not like Imperium where it's like, oh, we lost 5 Fortizars, no big deal.
Yeah,
we
those are
can't
usually
handle that.
minuscule compared to everything else.
Yeah,
that's
so
going on.
it's just a little bit different of a gameplay. It's exciting, so I'm enjoying it.
It's exciting.
It is.
Anyways,
Well,
okay.
Yep. Go on to the
Yeah,
next
so
topic.
we kind of covered that. Well, I guess we'll see what happens. Whether or not Origin was like paid to come and do what they're going to do and see what they're going to fucking do, and it'll be interesting. Well, maybe Drayden will report back to us next week with a really cool story or something. But
Yep. You want me? I can
start-
throw in this one.
we started off the show with a departure. Poor drunk Canadian is going to be leaving us.
Motherfucker's trying to make me cry.
No, well,
Stop it.
Look, it wouldn't. Believe me, dude. It's not like you're gonna be the first fucking person that cried on the show. I am the first fucking person that cried on the show.
I don't think I've ever done it though.
Okay, well that's fine. Yeah, I mean it's like if you think that makes you stronger,
I don't think it makes me stronger.
but
More stubborn, maybe.
there was another departure that was announced this week,
Yes.
and this one affects EVE Online, in another way. So rumor was getting out. Rumor was kind of going around out there of a departure by CCP Seagull. Yet nothing had been put out there. The first public, I think, inclination of it, or the first public kind of release of it, came from Massively. Where they had a little bit of a basically just a blurb, right? This was a newsworthy story, and they got it out there. It then hit Reddit, and by the next morning, you had a forum post by CCP Seagull that was basically announcing anything. I haven't seen anything official yet from CCP corporate. I don't know if that is going to happen or not going to happen or whatever, but yeah, that's the story, is that CCP Seagull is leaving CCP. She's moving back to her homeland of Sweden. Obviously, we know that she's only been back a few months after having been gone for 9 months, something like that. Definitely the better part of a year on leave after having a child, and this is basically related to her wanting to raise her family. It seems, in a place other than Iceland, and that's not to bash Iceland, but more to be closer to family.
Yeah, to other family. Yeah.
Obviously, raising children and whatnot. There's something to be said about having the support of other family members and things. I'll obviously admit to that being around my family made it a hell of a lot easier. Bringing up my daughter and things like that. So I can totally understand that. There's been a lot of shit out there that's been put out there about her being pushed out, or there was such shit on Reddit, and I swear to God, I'm sorry, good posters of Reddit who try to genuinely have fucking conversations, but it's like so many of the others out there that post the kind of swill that they do. Yeah. It is just so fucking bad.
There is so much shit posting on Reddit. It is like picking pepper out of fly shit to try and find the good shit. You know what I mean? That's literally what it is, man. Like, to try and find like legit things, that's what it's like. It's like a needle and a stack of needles.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know that Seagull was from Sweden. I thought she was Icelandic, so
They're from Sweden.
Sweden, yeah.
Sweden.
She didn't have the hard Sweden accent, but she definitely didn't have she doesn't have an Icelandic accent. So I knew she wasn't from
Iceland.
Her
name did not have enough consonants in it to have been Icelandic.
Well, I didn't know her. I didn't actually know her real name until like these posts came out. But her accent was just soft enough that it's like I wouldn't be able to listen to it and be like, that is definitely from this place type of thing. So. I mean, also there's just so many accents in Europe that it's hard to really like finger some of them. Like, I mean, British is easy, German's easy, French is easy, but aside from that, it's like, oh man, I don't know.
Yeah, in retrospect, it kind of makes sense now, kind of drawing back on the FanFest, keynote and her presentation, and Hilmar's. I mean, Seagull's really was just like, we really don't have a roadmap for the future. We're trying to focus on things that are, needing fixed now, and kind of what we can fix. So she didn't present a roadmap at FanFest like she always had. What was it, 3 years ago, where she did the whole null solve and that roadmap that made a hell of a lot of sense. And so when Hilmar came out and said, well, we're fixing PI, and that, everybody jumped out of their seat literally, and was like, fuck yeah, we're fixing PI. But yeah, and now I just kind of see that this was probably in the works for a while, and it made sense now looking back what she said, what Hilmar said, and this kind of makes sense. I hope everything works out for her. I'm glad she's, feels the need for family first and doing what she wants to do. I think that's my takeaway. Yeah.
Well, she's gonna go work for a company called Unity Technologies.
And I saw that on Twitter.
I'd never heard of them, so I looked them up a bit. I just read a little bit, and I guess what they do is they design and develop 2D and 3D engines that are used for various games on other platforms. Like they
apparently it's a competitor.
I've heard of the Unity engine before.
Yeah. So they design engines, and also just for like app games and all kinds of stuff like that. There's a lot of iOS games. There's a lot of iOS games and all.
And when I say apparently it's a competitor to Unreal, it is a competitor to Unreal.
Yeah. Oh, Unity.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say apparently.
Unity is a game engine itself. I thought they were like they developed multiple.
No, there's already games out there using the Unity engine. It's actually a pretty good engine.
Yeah. Okay. I didn't know about Unity. I knew of Unreal, but.
Oh, I like how I'm fading on the show already.
Resub from Keys 2000. Thank you for the resub. 7 months. Welcome back.
My TeamSpeak name doesn't show up anymore. It's slowly fading me out.
See, there you go.
Your TeamSpeak name.
Kind of like Back to the Future, where you never existed.
Yeah, on the stream.
Yeah, where he never existed. By the end of the Open Com show, nobody will.
Oh, that's because I had you. No, that's because I had you selected. And when it's selected, it turns black and gets chromed out. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just had the little blue bubble lighting up. I'm like, oh man, it's Back to the Future.
But yeah, I agree. I mean, there had been a while there, and a lot of it was actually during her maternity leave. I know I was mentioning it somewhere around the Winter Summit that there was a part of me that was wondering whether or not she was going to come back at all. Okay, because obviously, so if you go back in time, right, when did she go out on her leave? Right, she went out just after the late spring of mild discontent last year, right? she had a message, and then boom, like she was out after that. And when they're out up there, they're not like out American style where like they're still connected email wise, or like they're off. They're doing their freaking thing. Like they're disconnected from, from being part of, what's going on. And there was a part of me that was really wondering, kind of like, it felt like during that entire period over the course of the summer and then the fall and all that kind of stuff, where it was like, wow, it's like, it felt like she'd been gone for an incredibly long period of time. And I started to think, man, I wonder well, and then of course we had the layoffs in the fall, and I sat there and said, man, I wonder if she is going to come back. And I think somebody told me that she actually went to one of the dinners or something like that during the summit. So the CSM had seen her, and then she was slated to come back. And I think she did actually come back just right after that. So there was some speculation out there about whether or not any of this stuff, that had gone on while she was out was going to have an effect on whether or not she stayed. And then when this happened just after FanFest, it was like, oh, I wonder if any of that came into play. Who cares? But there was all that talk of Hilmar coming back, right? And like Hilmar on stage and Hilmar doing PI and being in wormholes and things like that. And then the other day, you had another article by Brendan Drain from Massively that was that interview with CCP Falcon about kind of like, the return of the Ginger Viking, Hilmar and whatnot, right?
Yeah.
And you start to put some data points together, and you do wonder, was that, look, this didn't just like happen the other day. This looks as though it was something that was kind of in the works. This could be total fucking speculation and tinfoil and whatnot. But when you put some of those things together about Hilmar's sort of return to the Eve scene and whatnot, it does seem kind of like, okay, they knew this was coming. Now, apparently they don't know who the replacement's going to be yet.
Yeah, these puzzle pieces are coming together of all these little different data points and data elements. Yeah, and me being an analyst by trade, that's what I see is happening. These just that lined up for her Zegxit, Seagull exit.
Zegxit.
Why are you blurry?
My camera's got this autofocus.
Wipe your camera off, man. What'd you put on your camera?
No, it's out of focus. There we go.
I was like,
I had to back up. It needed to autofocus.
Yeah, well, and again, I think it's speculation. I think that you can maybe think that like some of these things match up and whatnot, but whatever. The fact of the matter is that apparently she is leaving. I believe it is at the end of June. Is when she will be leaving. There's been no announcement yet on replacing. Look, you've seen the speculation that's out there, right? I mean, like the first names that end up coming to mind and things are the ones that usually get shit out of people's mouths out there. Okay, about what a replacement might be, right? So people throw out a name like Fozzie. Why do they throw out a name like Fozzie? Because Fozzie is super fucking visible to the community, and it's like, oh, well, geez, Fozzie. Okay, or they throw out a name like Sean Decker, aka CCP Hellbunny,
yep.
Who is the head of the strategy team up there, who came over from EA, and people start linking things like, oh, geez, monetization and EA and all this kind of stuff, right?
Eve loot boxes. It's coming.
I really have to wonder if either of those is the route that they end up going, because when people go back to when Seagull kind of came in, like, there wasn't this whole thing of, oh, it's got to be Seagull. Like, her name wasn't even on the freaking, like, tips of people's tongues back then, right, as far as who the executive producer was going to be to replace, who was it? Was it Unifex or Soundwave?
Soundwave.
Right.
Soundwave.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. It's like, so, I mean, like, where they reach to find the next executive, producer, who knows? Everything else is just pure fucking speculation. I'm wondering
if
which he was good at, and we enjoy talking about speculation. But
what was
maybe they're just gonna crowdsource it?
Because Seagull did something else for like 4 years for CCP before she became executive producer. What was her role back then? It was like something. I read it earlier today too.
Fuck, I've got technical on the word of my mouth.
Because I would say like
on
people
tip of my
saying
tongue,
Fozzie, it's like he's like game
Oh,
design.
it's ISP.
Yeah, that's just a pure troll.
Yeah, it's like
I
he's
don't
game
believe it
design.
could be
Like
Fozzie.
his job is like nothing. It's nothing like executive producer.
It's like me throwing out CCP Guard being the new,
Yeah, I mean,
EP.
it's-
That's just
Producer
not
of
going to
technical
happen.
tools.
I mean,
team?
not saying that
Does
they
sound
couldn't
familiar?
do that, but it's like that would be him switching to a completely unrelated role in the company. Like, not unrelated, but like a
Right.
completely
Noisy will
different
throw it
role.
up there in a second because
Yeah.
he knows all
Producer
the
of
whole-
technical tools team.
Yeah, I don't think that's what it was called, but
Hey, Wim.
it's sort of one of those things where it's like it's probably not going to be the person that you think it is, right? Because like a lot of people sat there and said, well, Sean Decker, Hell Bunny, took over for her while she was out on leave. I don't know that he actually. And this is purely me saying I don't know. Okay, I know that he was the person that kind of stood in for her at the Winter Summit, right? I don't know that over the course of the year he literally was, standing there in her stead while she was away. I just think that because of his kind of position in the company as being part of the head of the strategy team, that he was kind of there for a number of the things that maybe she was, kind of related to or whatever. But for, like a lot of people look at these things and say, well, given his position, the fact he comes from EA and all this kind of stuff, it's like, no, I'm not sure that matters, because in the position that he's in, he can have the level of influence that he does without actually being named executive producer, right? So it could go to, somebody else that we just don't know who it is.
Right.
Like CCP Nagwal, maybe.
Nagwal?
Nagwal for EP, hashtag.
You heard it here first.
Maybe they'll have a fan vote. Although Guard would probably win.
Or your idea.
That was actually a funny tweet that I put out. Or
Yeah.
It was probably not funny for a lot of fucking people or whatever. Yeah. It's like I think it should be an element. I think that there should be some element of like we have a very smart player base out there, and I'm not talking about how we vote for CSM, because I don't think we're very smart in the way that we do for that. Do with that, because it's very tribal and stuff like that. But if you were to put up 5 highly qualified candidates out there, I bet you could crowdsource a really intelligent kind of like wisdom of the crowd decision
Could you imagine they
on
did that,
who the executive
honestly?
producer should be for this game. I bet it could work out really fucking well.
Everyone's
I
bringing
think
up
that'd be
player
crazy
names
if they did
now.
that.
Like
Yeah.
No. See, that's just it. It's not about players. It's not about like like the
CCP
era.
class
The
of
fucking,
hell. No.
Yes.
that wasn't what I was bringing up. It was more like kind of a wisdom of crowd sort of thing, where it's like, if you were to ask like, the player base, look, here are 5 highly credentialed individuals, who do you think would be kind of, a fit for this position of being kind of a vision leader and manager of these other teams and things like that. I bet you the players of EVE Online, because of the grasp that they have of this game from kind of an inside out position, would do very well at probably being good at that. But here,
That's
I
actually
want to do a
gonna be my
shot
job.
for Seagull.
Yeah, it's
That's
Seagull.
actually going to be my job for the next 10 years, is CCP DC.
It's too many letters. I don't think you'll make it.
It's so short, though.
All that being said, though, look, there are people out there that are like, well, you've got people on 2 different sides of the fence, right? You've got the no loss side of the fence. You've got the, oh my God, she's the greatest thing to ever freaking happen, as far as an executive producer type. I'll be honest, I come down on a side of I think there's a lot of people out there that really like her, that really like Andy, okay,
Yeah.
CCP Seagull, okay, and during her tenure in office, okay, as executive producer, CCP has been much more open and community oriented than any other time that I remember throughout my 10 years in the freaking game, okay? And I think that she has been out there, and she's just one of those people that you like you like that person. And I think there's a number of people out there that are kind of like falling on that side of the, it's sad to see her go, and wow, she did such great things, but they're kind of discounting the fact of, but the last 4 years, not everything has been great. Some things were. Other things we've spent, I know, on this show and other shows out there and Reddit and every other place that freaking EVE players talk about things. They talked about the good and they've talked about the bad. And a lot of that falls on her. Not everything falls on her. The good, the bad, all of it. Like, but I think that there's a lot of people out there that this was the executive producer that they knew, and therefore that's why it's such a big loss. But we've had other executive producers, and we will find an executive producer here that knows Eve and is able to freaking deal with this shit. Right, so I'm not afraid of us losing this, and you know, it's kind of like continuity of management, right? We're gonna have continuity of management.
Yeah, I mean, like they're not going to.
It's not like a whole team is changing, so like you're not going to see like a massive change. Like she'll be replaced.
Yeah. And I'm just going to say it out loud rather than type it in channel. I was almost thinking that song came to my head. Sadis. I was about ready to. Like go. Oh my god! I'm about ready to sing the fucking Facts of Life.
I think that's too old for me.
It probably is. Yeah, you don't know who they were. You
was
know,
that
Snooki.
The one with Gary Coleman?
No, it was kind of
different strokes.
That was different strokes.
Was it? It wasn't
also
a semi spinoff, right?
Different
Like, but
strokes,
like they were in the same era.
Different strokes. I have seen that show.
You know that one.
Gary
I know
Coleman's
that
Different
one.
Strokes.
I've heard of the Facts of Life, but I don't think I've
Facts
ever
of Life
watched
was
it.
the all-girls school.
Oh, I definitely would have watched that if I'd known about it. Probably.
Yep. And
was it a public channel?
No, it was on
Cinemax.
NBC.
Oh.
No, it was NBC. It was
that's
a
public
sitcom.
channel, isn't it?
No, it's network TV. I call it network TV.
Oh,
yeah,
I call public the ones that you didn't have to pay for back in the day. The ones you just got on the antenna.
Yeah, well, public is like PBS. That's what I call it. Public broadcasting is the American.
Oh yeah, but I mean.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so
nowadays,
I think
pay for that.
My only story with Seagull is I think it was the 2013 Eve Vegas. I think it was then, and she was just there, and I came up and just started just talking to her, and she always had a way of just like she'd always like sit there and agree with you, whatever you're saying. So you're like, are you agreeing with me or are you just acknowledging me? But then, it was a really intelligent conversation of, I can't even remember what it was, just kind of like marketing in general. And it was like, well, do you guys do this? And she says, oh yeah, we do this. And I'm like, well, what's your take on this? And it was just a kind of an outside the box kind of conversation, like with the senior developer, the executive producer of EVE Online. It was really freaking cool. So she was that approachable just in those kind of events. So that's what I really take away from her tenure as, the EP. And I think she did some really great things as well. But
first time I ever met Seagull in person was in the Heart Bar, and it was late enough in the night that I had quite a bit to drink, and I was in the Heart Bar, and all of a sudden Seagull came down, and I was like, Seagull! And I just like...
He's like, fuck yeah! Fucking Seagull!
I picked her up and bear hugged her and like lifted her up off the ground. I was like, ah! So, I don't... She was okay with it. Might not have been the smartest thing to do. Yeah, that was I was like, oh,
no, I mean, and she was the first executive producer that I met. Okay, so I've been doing this like 6.5, a little over 6.5 years at this point, right? She was the first executive producer that I ever met, because the first real player meet that a CCP dev would have been at, that I went to was EVE Vegas back in 2014. So she was the first one I met, and I do remember talking to her, kind of within the EVE player thing and whatnot. But I also remember really having a much better, and I had some nice conversations with her, at the time, just trying to like feel out, because this was still early days of of her tenure and whatnot. Just trying to feel out kind of her vibe for vision of EVE. Like I think one of the first questions I ever asked her was, how do you see EVE? Do you see EVE as a video game or as a fucking simulator of other things, right? And like that was kind of in the EVE section of it. But I remember on Sunday, after everybody had cleared out and she was sitting out on a bench in the hallway of Planet Hollywood, she's worn out. I'm definitely fucking worn out. Okay. And we're just sort of walking around to the remnants, looking at the people that are still kind of around and I see her sitting there, and I just go over and just had a fucking human conversation with the person. And I'm going to tell you, this is why I think that she has kind of come across to a wide swath of people out there as somebody that they really like, because she's a genuine fucking human being.
Well, yeah,
Not to say that
definitely helps
other
you
ones
connect.
weren't, but again, I go back to the whole idea of in the last few years, CCP being much more open and more players going to these player events and actually meeting devs and the executive producers and you know and all of that. It is much more kind of fucking touch and feel and actually talk to these people
Well, you put
as
a
human
person
beings.
behind the name, really, right? Like
Exactly.
a person that you can actually connect with, and that's like a huge thing. As opposed to just some
someone's not
random
trying
name.
to feel her out. But
Copy
no,
the feel on Seagull.
Yeah,
I like it.
but it was really nice. I mean, almost like look, you have to go to some of these player meets and actually talk to these devs and whatnot, to just realize kind of the person behind the CCP name and the dev and stuff like that. Now, the risk to that is also what I think exists out there, right? That you begin to look at these people not just as the developers of a game that you pay to belong to and play and all that kind of stuff, right? So basically the providers of something that you are a consumer of, and you begin to kind of have a different a different mindset about it. I think this works for players as well as, and I'm going to throw it out there, CSM members that also potentially get too close to these things and therefore begin to overlook certain things for some people, and that maybe if we were a little more detached, we'd be able to kind of have that detached mentality for how to evaluate this stuff. And because I will be honest, one of the things I've said to a couple people this week is that Fozzie will catch shit all fucking day long because he's the face of Team 5-0 that has been related to so many significant changes in the last few years, right? Let's just throw out Fozzie Sav in general, right? But never once that have I heard, okay, CCP Seagull being called out, even though she's where the buck stops, right? Has she been called out for Fozzie and some of the things that have been related to that and why it didn't trickle all the way to the top? It was just oh my god, fuck Fozzie.
Even before that with jump fatigue, that was all on Grayscale, even though it was her final word whether they do jump fatigue or not.
Yep.
So
I assume it was her final word, or at least the
obviously
fact
she didn't come up with the idea for it, but they proposed the idea.
But yeah, and she was the one who finally approved that.
Yeah, they came up with the idea, they brought it up, and they came up with all the plans, and then she kind of signed off on it. It was like, yep, let's do it.
So K. Will said, does she play Eve? And then Blasphemy was like, yeah. Do you think her account's banned now after leaving CCP?
She got blacklisted.
She got blacklisted.
Like, oh, you're leaving the company? Have fun playing.
Just like name
erased. Go set yourself up in alpha and inject some skill points.
She's now a Mars.
Because you know what? You were part of being responsible for all of that.
She's now a Mars citizen 8365217.
Oh man.
But yeah,
that obviously didn't happen before people were like, open comms says they... Yeah.
Wasn't her character actually Galente?
I have no clue. I don't. I've never looked at it, but
I don't know, but it's like there's a lot of people out there that, and when I say a lot of people, it's like in the Trump fucking way of a lot of people, right? It's like I'm just using the term a lot of people. There are people out there that that are kind of concerned about this, right? Because this is a very easy time to bring up a couple things. Eve is dying. B, maybe Eve is being sold, or like any of these negative things, right? That have been said throughout the years, whenever changes have happened and all that kind of shit. I'm actually looking forward to this. I think that Seagull put in place things that some of which I hope will stick around. Okay. Other things that I think that somebody else with maybe a different degree of energy or vision or whatever will be able to come in and kind of jumpstart in a way. I think that right now we need a fucking executive producer who is going to come in here and not just be a hype machine, but be a hype machine that actually kicks through with it as well, right? Because you don't just want somebody hyping, you want somebody, but we need somebody with the kind of vision that is going to take this thing off from the base that we're now at, which is basically at the fundamental end of structures 2.0 and all that kind of shit, right? It's like what comes fucking next? It better not just be this stuff like coming next month. But
what they need then is that Microsoft guy that comes out and just is, it's a fucking party on the stage and he's all hyped and jumping and screaming. Like get that guy.
There is an element of that needs to freaking happen, right? It did not happen at this last fucking fan fest. Okay, I mean, like, we can all be excited that Hilmar, one of the originators of this freaking game, was there, right? But he is not going to energize. I'm trying to think of the fucking analogy I came up with the other day, but like, he's just not going to. He had to do with soda and fizz. I can't fucking remember now. Anyways, like
Pop Rocks.
He's just not going to energize people out there to that level. Like, he doesn't have it in him in that way to kind of energize on stage and translate through something that people, you know, should get really excited for. And we are a jaded community out there in the sense that, look, you will be able to get some people in the audience to freaking, like, you know, stand up and fucking cheer based on what you say. But most people are going to say it's all based on what you do.
I think the word you're looking for is invigorate, right? Is that kind of the
invigorate? Yes, invigorate.
Yeah. Guard, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Guard has that quality. Guard gets out there, like, he's you know, he's not going to do the executive producer thing, but you know,
I think Guard has ulterior motives to everything he's doing. I don't trust that man.
But Guard also doesn't get out there and try and pump and dump you on something technical.
Yeah, I mean, because
that's just
a lot of the other during the FanFest presentations, you watched a lot of them. It's like, okay, they're bringing they're bringing up all this content, all this other stuff, but it was just kind of them just like, you know, going through like, here's this and this. There wasn't any kind of like excitement based on you know, what they were presenting. It was just kind of like, here's a presentation to like a board of directors as opposed to a fan base of your customers that are super excited about a game that you're going to be implementing on. So yeah, it's like a little bit of excitement and energy would have been a bit better, I think. La Vida Loca?
Well, hold on. There are some people out there, okay, and Guard is one of them.
That's what I'm saying. Guard, maybe Falcon. Falcon's not as hyped, but
those right. But those are the types of people that are out there to kind of like energize on a different level, right? Energize the community.
Well, they're on the community team, which makes sense that they do that. So,
well, exactly, right? But not energized from a technical standpoint necessarily, like, you know, the hopes and dreams and vision of the future of the game, right? They're out there to energize you in the fucking here and now, right now, boom. Bam, let's party, let's throw some shots, let's do this, you know, whatever. Okay. However, from time to time, we need that kind of like, you know, visionary that sits there and like, you know, does get our hopes and dreams up, but also make sure that there's follow through on it. And I think that this is one of the places that CCP has kind of gotten a little bit gun shy in the sense that they don't want to overpromise and completely fucking underdeliver, but they also don't need to underdeliver and then only barely, like, underpromise and then just barely overdeliver. I mean, they need to find a much sweeter spot that actually gets people, you know, thinking, man, yeah, I want to buy that 12-month fucking subscription, or I want to, like, you know, be ready to, like, you know, cash in my Plex, or, you know, or be the alpha that sticks around for a long time, because, like, you know, because I think stuff's going to be hot shit out there, you know, over time. The here is cool, but the tomorrow is also going to be better. This FanFest, I do believe, stalled on that. I'm not entirely certain why at this point, but I think that we do need somebody who is more of that visionary type to come in there. Not to say that CCP Seagull's vision was bad in the early years. When she came out with that roadmap and stuff, players were fucking stoked because they felt as though they kind of had this connection to, I see where we're going here, right? And a lot of people roll back to that whole roadmap thing, and I go, yeah, but the roadmap itself really kind of ended a couple of years ago, maybe, I think, because we've been calling for an update to the roadmap.
On it.
Yeah, but we've really been calling for kind of a more extended road. It's almost like, you know, freaking, I said this to somebody the other day, it's like Lewis and Clark got to the fucking Rocky Mountains and stopped mapping all the way to the coast. It's like, maybe there is this other stuff out there, but it's not there enough for people to, like, really bite into. I'm not blaming her for that. I'm just saying that I think that we have reached that point where we do need that extra bit of invigoration by whoever they bring in. I want them to be technically proficient, but I also want them to be proficient in you know.
All right.
Get me fucking.
Stay hydrated. Bot
Excited.
wants us to hydrate ourselves, so I'm gonna do a shot. Thanks, Stay Hydrated Bot. We should have consumed 4 ounces. This will be shot number 4, so
We're
that's
right on
4
target.
ounces. Yeah, like we're
Hydration
gonna be
Bot.
right on schedule if we take this one. Thanks, Stay Hydrated Bot.
Yeah, but Stay
Are you
Hydrated
using
Bot is
that as
talking
like
about
a
water,
drink
by the way.
bot now? It's just
Well,
like a
yeah,
straight
well,
shot
it's
bot.
mostly
It's
water.
shot bot.
They're both clear.
I am going to do another shot to, another shot to Seagull. I think that she does deserve it. I think she came in at the right time, did the right things. But I also, well, I wish her the best for her and her family, and really, honestly, genuinely good fucking person.
Yeah.
Seagull.
All right, we can get off.
All right.
I think we earned our fucking karma tonight and whatnot. It's like talked good stuff. Can't believe that fucking 2 hours went that fucking quick.
1 hour.
2 hours.
Who's coming? Oh,
Yeah, it's been 1 hour.
we're only an hour in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got time.
We got time. We got plenty
I just want to
talk
say
about.
that I did my Imperium fucking broadcast out there only guarantee one hour of it wouldn't get out of fucking hand.
I mean, like,
Well, it's 1 hour and 1 minute. So
Well,
now
we
you're- now you're
handled
clear hot.
all the heavy stuff up front, and this is maybe something that yeah.
Well-
this is like what
well,
we should do.
the
We
one
should
thing,
handle all
though,
the
I
heavy
think-
stuff up front.
the one thing that we kind of covered it, but then it kind of turned into like the me and the origin thing. But with the goons up north,
Yeah,
with
that
the
wasn't
whole-
heavy, but
It
it was like
wasn't heavy.
transitional.
No, well, I know, but it's like I'm curious about this. Like, it's a bunch of SIGs up in the north, messing with them. It's not like a full on like Imperium invasion to like take the north, but they're
It's like
taking.
a different kind of invasion.
Well, I mean,
though.
like they're taking space and stuff though. Like, are they just gonna take it and leave? Because then the Guardians of the Galaxy are just gonna come back and get their stuff back. Or is this to actually like fully push Guardians of the Galaxy out, and then what's Goon's gonna do up there? Like that's what I
No,
was
it's
curious about.
it's all to get my Baltec fleet Megathron out of VFK. That's all we're doing.
That
it for.
is
That's why
important.
you set the thing up there, because
Yeah. It's all about my Baltec fleet Megathron because I need to get it out.
well, yeah,
So-
like
And
I don't think they're 2,000.
no more questions. That's it.
Yeah, like
What?
Noisy's asking how big are the stakes. No, I don't think it's 2,000. I think I mean there was someone. It was just in the comments on one of the articles, but someone was mentioning there's like 400 or 500 people up there, which is a significant amount. But that's like I said, that's not an Imperium invasion. That is.
It's
SIGs up
it is
there.
a significant amount, but it's also not. Like if you were to
I
try
mean,
and
it's a
take, like,
deployment. It's a
keep
deployment
star.
by a bunch of people.
Let's be honest. Hold on. How do you define an invasion? Does the invading side have to define an invasion, or does the like invaded side have to?
I think
ha-
Reddit
Well,
is the one
what
that
I
needs to go
consider an
first on that one.
invasion is a
no,
Go
Reddit-
to war on Reddit.
Reddit can define nothing. But like honestly, it's like if you're getting attacked by enough SIGs, it's like, do you not sit there and say we're being fucking invaded, motherfucker? It's like we got a whole build a wall thing.
I know, but
the people
what-
who
what
think
I
we're
look
being
at-
invaded.
When I look at an invasion, that might just be like when I look at an
It's
invasion,
more like a nuisance. I think.
I look
than
at like a
anything.
ratio of the commitment by the entire invading group. So if it's like this group that's just sending out feelers, but those feelers are
Well, we're just sending
conquering
out the
you, well,
Imperial
that's
Reserves,
not if they're
the
conquering
National
you.
Guard.
That's not an invasion to me. That is just you're not big enough to even withstand their little like offshoot, like a little vanguard. But an invasion would be like, okay, Imperium, we are deploying up north as a whole, and they're not doing that. So I don't call it an invasion. but-
Sadist. We are the Mujahideen, but different.
Mujahideen, yeah, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like, as things begin to gain momentum, right? Either A, like some people who are already part of those SIGs begin to go, oh fuck, really? Activity? Okay, fine, I'm fucking logging in. Boom, I'm there. And then other people are like, oh shit, I'll fucking join those fucking SIGs that are up there. And next thing you fucking know, it's like, how can you differentiate between an invasion and the Mujahideen?
Oh, Wild's here. What's up, Wild? I have to admit, like so Wild's in Origin too.
Wild's here. Wild, did you go out with Rain when she was up that way, bro?
I want to know
Oh,
if he
shit.
joined.
Well,
in
no,
Origin while he
but
was
no,
drunk.
no,
he's not actually in New York anymore. So
No, the
Did
fight
he
is
join
like,
while he was
Yeah, it's up by
drunk?
you.
No, Wild's been there for a long time. That's the thing that I thought. I thought
was he
Wild
drunk?
was. I thought Wild was in Goon Swarm, and so I saw him and I'm like, "Oh, Wild, you joined Origin too." He's like, "Bro, I've fucking been here
What?
forever." I was like,
No,
"Are you sure?"
he was there like long time.
I know. Like I was like, "Oh, I thought you were in Goons." I at first I was like, "Oh, this must be a different Wild." He's like, "No, bro, it's me." Fuck you, retard.
Why are you ratting out one of our at least 12 fucking spies in fucking Origin? Which proportionally, the way the fucking Black Legion used to be, it's like 36 at this point. But
Dur
Yeah,
Hadur
no.
joined Origin. Is that right? Shooter just said that. in
No.
chat. I don't think that's right.
Dur Hadur would never leave Test.
He
Dur-
could
is he
never
still
leave
playing?
Test.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
He's the FC of our hearts. You ever been on a Dur Hadur fleet? It's amazing.
It was awful.
They're so good.
Well, no,
So
he wasn't the
lazy.
FC, but I've been on
Sadus, did you know Mole's in Origin?
Well, that was planned at
That
the
was
picnic.
good.
So
That was good. I had to fucking call
No,
that one out.
no, I don't. The fleet I went on, I don't think Durherder was the FC. Maybe. He
Holy
was,
shit,
but,
Mole is in Origin.
uh,
He totally drunk fucking accepted.
don't make me log in and check, because I will. But no, what was I getting at?
Oh,
Oh.
Sergeant Major Grim Reaper.
Sergeant
Thank you
Major
for the
Grim
sub.
Reaper. Yeah, thanks, man. No, I was in a Durherder fleet, and it was during, not the Fountain War, because we were against Test back then, but it was, what was the war before that where Test was with us?
Not,
It was
yeah,
the one before the
Fountain
Fountain
What?
War. The war
Northern.
before the
Northern?
Fountain War. Like, where
Northern?
Test was still, like, in, like, you know, it was before
Like,
Honey Badger and all that stuff. Like, they were part of our thing, but,
Like, are you
Uh,
talking all the way back when they were with Goons?
yeah. They were still allies of Goons. And I was on a fleet. We were in a war, and Durherder was there. And it was literally, he just did pterodactyl screeches into the microphone all the fucking time.
I find it's hilarious.
I
when
mean,
you're
it
on
was
his
kinda
fleet,
funny,
he
but it
refuses
got-
to link things in chat, and he's like,
it-
"Somebody find this fucking deso. I'm fucking lazy.
It
Fuck
got
effort." Like, it's
obnoxious
just hilarious.
people, like, scouts were trying to tell him stuff, but then, like, when they weren't saying what they weren't just getting to the cut of the chase, like, what he was wanting, like, he was just like, "Rah!" just started screeching. Like, the literal definition of, like, the re in fucking...
So he was being toxic.
Yeah. I mean, it was kind of funny, but god damn.
Like
People
toxic
throw
funny?
people throw toxic around as a word, not nowadays. It's just like, please just stop.
I don't know. I would say, like, if you're screeching into your mic as the FC or as anybody in the fleet, and it's driving people nuts, that's kind of a little toxic.
Well, no, hold on.
Maybe that's
no,
not
see,
completely
that's not
toxic, that's a
toxic.
little
That's just
toxic.
like totally fucking annoying. Like there's a huge
Obnoxious,
fucking
yeah.
difference.
Yeah, Sergeant Major, why not? It's his birthday.
Oh, what?
Who's doing what?
Oh, Sergeant Major's birthday.
Yeah, he just subbed too. So yeah, we'll do a shot.
Are we pouring one out?
Something
I'm not
like
reporting.
Next,
Yeah,
thing,
I'll
next
pour
thing you
it
know,
Somebody's
everybody
birthday,
was
we'll
fucking
do a
born
shot.
on this day.
It's gonna be everybody's birthday. Man, everyone was born. What is today? April something.
That's it. It's like late
420.
April.
I mean, no,
That was last week. No, that was last week. I totally spaced it because I was like, man, last week I should have done like a Snoop Dogg intro, and like instead of it being black and white, it should have been like green and black. Like
I just want to like
some smoke
I'm going
effects
I'm
going
going
across.
to attach to his birthday thing that one of my boy, this local guy from around here, Saquon Barkley, went number 2 in the NFL draft.
to the Giants.
He went to the Giants.
Oh, I didn't even know
he
the
went
draft
to the
was going
fucking.
on.
He went to the fucking Giants. Okay, and as a Cowboys fan, it's like whatever. He could have gone to the Eagles or the Giants. I wouldn't like give a shit. But since he's from around here, it's kind of like he didn't go to the Eagles, so they're a little depressed about that. But he went to the Giants, so it's kind of like it's really fucking cool because like his family and friends and whatnot. It's like I know a lot. Like I live right near the fucking high school that he came out of and whatnot, and it's like they're all really fucking psyched about the fact he's still gonna be local. So it's like to him, I know we're talking NFL. You guys don't even know what that is, but like, and then yeah. Happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday. Who'd the Eagles get?
I really don't fucking know. Fuck the Eagles.
Don't care.
We talk about. Ooh.
You're wearing a fucking Eagles shirt. You don't know who they got?
No, I don't. I don't watch the draft. I didn't even know the draft was going on. I find out. Who
Say
they,
this. Charles Barkley is awesome.
I find out who they got when the season starts up in August, September. Jets season. Wait, Thieves and
That's
Jets.
all right.
I know
I
Bucks.
was at the
Bucks are.
I didn't watch the draft because I was at the Golden Knights game last night. That's why my voice is shit tonight. And the Golden Knights is a hockey team. We're in the second round. We won.
Like, I don't even know. Like, did they used to be somebody else, or are they
No.
like
just a new
We
expansion?
were a complete
team?
expansion.
Like, they were an expansion.
What's the other one then? Because usually when an expansion
Like,
team comes,
nobody in America knows anything about fucking
No.
hockey unless you live in a city
'Cause when
where
that-
that hockey team is. And I'm like from the East Coast, where all our hockey teams are like old school.
But if they
No,
only
this
had
is-
one expansion team, that makes an odd number of teams, which throws the whole matchup stuff off, right? Don't they usually come in at least
No.
twos?
That's how they
Yeah,
use
but-
computers to like do matchups. And
Yeah,
stuff.
but if you have an
Like
odd number of
algorithms.
teams, you can't have everyone play the same number of games.
And well, in the Western Conference now, it's an even number, and the Eastern Conference, that's the odd number. So it didn't matter. We're still going to actually get one more team in the Western Conference.
Yeah.
That's going to be probably
Well,
Seattle in the next year or two.
I'm just wondering because like that means that there's gonna be at least two teams that have played one more game than everyone else, or one less.
Not
game.
really, no, because you play the same number. You have it's broken into divisions and conferences, and then
Well, I know, but I'm just saying
Yeah.
like if there's an odd
does
number,
it really
because-
matter?
it doesn't really matter when you play 82
basketball
games
and
a
hockey,
season.
does it
I know,
really
but
fucking matter?
well,
Like,
it matters to
or,
the people.
Or in baseball, like if if
No.
one baseball team played one more fucking game a year, it's like who gives a shit? You got such a long season.
Yeah,
Who cares?
but here's the thing. It does matter when it comes down to, especially if there's ties, because like if
No, not in
that,
hockey. You don't
that's
get
when it
ties.
comes down to like you're half a game ahead or half a game behind, and it's like, and also there's the fatigue thing. It's like, well, we might have that one extra loss because we had to play one extra game than these other teams, so our teams is more worn out than ever. I mean,
No.
that's
No,
all like
they still
technical
play,
stuff.
They
but-
still play same number.
hockey
of teams.
should totally
Hockey's
go down
82
to reverse tie dye.
Yeah, they. Yeah,
I mean, if you don't have an
82
even
games
number
in
of teams,
hockey,
you're gonna have an odd number of games with some people because like
no.
Oh my god,
don't know,
have
that's
we
weird.
ever asked that? Have we ever asked that question? Like, we've been in like some of these major fucking fleet battles out there. There's been massive tie dye, and we've been around for a long time. Are there some of these other ones, CCP, that you could give us reverse tie dye on? Like when some
Like speed it up?
when some motherfucker is unwilling to show up, could you please just give us reverse tie dye?
That'd be
Accelerate the game.
Like, yeah, just give us fucking alliance tournament rules and stuff. When you get down to the last 5 minutes of nobody showing the fuck up, bam, reverse tie dye.
Done.
Hello, next executive producer, just giving you like something to lobby for.
yeah, that'd be really awesome because just imagine carriers trying to manage their fighters in reverse tie dye.
That'd be kind of fucking cool. Like
I mean,
all kinds of crazy shit can happen with that.
I mean, they'd get to their destination quick, but there'd be so much time of them, in between commands where they're like not doing anything.
I actually have to go to the fucking notes right now because like I have no. Who was responsible for putting the notes together tonight?
I'm sorry.
You know what,
Probably
Drayden? You know what? Fucking props to you. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
It's
I,
only
I
10
thought you were
I'm
gonna
not
say
doing
like
it-
they're
I'm not
fucked
doing
up.
another shot right now. But I do want to give props to whoever fucking threw notes in there because my fucking day was fucking busy. Daughter had a fucking car accident in a fucking Target parking lot and shit like that. And it's like I'm like, God damn! The day I planned to get home and like put some shit together, and I like go in here and I go, well, let's hear DC leaving Open Com, Seagull leaving. Insider talk show. I'm like, holy shit, this is all fucking new news. This isn't like last week. Who came in here and like manipulated last week's show notes into this week?
Yeah, no, I got home kind of early and I was like, I saw show notes weren't put together. I'm like, fuck, I'll do it. I got time. I thought you were
Good
like,
for you. You know
Yeah.
what? Props on you, fucking Drayden. God damn.
I thought you were gonna be like,
Punching the
who did the
fuck
show
in.
notes? The fuck did you do? No, I just wrangled up some shit. Oh, what's up, Adderall? Yeah.
Oh, I'm like, is he
That was good
fucking...
stuff.
Okay, he's in Twitch, yeah. But yes, Matterall, it was another fucking day of Dirk's fucking car troubles.
Oh,
Holy
that's on the
shit.
notes. That's on the notes. But
I know it's on the fucking notes.
McGurk
It's further
Jr.
down
gets
about how like
ganked by
she got
pirates
ganked by
in the
pirates
parking
and
lot.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god. It's like multiple weeks ago, fucking wife wipes out on fucking 287 in fucking northern New Jersey and like, like not wrecks the Lexus, but damages the fucking Lexus. Okay. Then like a couple weeks ago, using my daughter's car, fucking breaks down due to an overheat and whatnot. So I had to like rush out from that. And then my daughter, like 2 days later, gets a fucking flat tire on the Lexus that didn't quite get fucking wrecked on the goddamn 287. And then we find out that my daughter's car is just like totally fucking piss poor and like, you know, fuck it, I'm not putting that kind of money in it. So we go out and buy a brand new motherfucking car. Brand new car. Now, granted, this is not some fucking like, you know, exceptional fucking car. Okay. I drive a fucking, you know, I drive a fucking, what do I drive? A fucking Dodge Durango. Okay. Okay. Wife's got a fucking Lexus. Okay. Daughter had a piece of shit fucking 2004. My wife's car that she bought in 2004, 100,000 mile car. Okay, right? But it had like $1,200 worth of work that needed to be done to it because apparently a fucking head gasket.
100,000 miles is not that bad. My car's got
no, it really isn't. When somebody tells you fucking head gasket, you sit there and go, "Shut the fuck up, bitch! I'm out." Okay.
Head gasket is expensive.
Domino
just reset for 7 months. Thanks,
when it's got that much. So we went out, bought a brand new fucking Hyundai Sonata. Okay. It's got the fucking backup camera. It's got the fucking sensors on it. I did feel safer with her in it. Okay? Backup camera and fucking, like, you know, proximity sensors and all that shit fucking aside. Apparently today in the fucking Target parking lot, her and another car decided to fucking back up at the same fucking time. And next thing I fucking know, I'm getting a call from the fucking... I swear to God, my daughter was not home before the other motherfucker had, like, well placed their fucking, like, claim in that, this 18-year-old had, like, fucking, like, you know, like, ran them over like a motherfucker in the middle of a Target parking lot. And I'm like, well, hold on a second. She's not home at the moment. I'll have her call you in a little while to give a statement. She was standing right there, but I'm like, I have not heard your statement yet, so let's work on your statement. And by the end of her talking with the fucking insurance company, it was like, you know what? Based on where the collision happened and where the damage was on their car and your car, you know what? We think your story matches up. We're gonna fight this. I'm like, yes, you are. Thank you very much. But I am done having fucking car problems. I'm going to be honest. I have not had a personal car problem. My car, my Durango, is totally in tip-top shape. Okay? And I'm now guarding it like a motherfucker. Because I was a little bit negative about the ladies in my family having problems with cars. Like when my wife, like when the car she was driving overheated, my first question to her was, are you watching the gauges? Do you even watch the gauges when you drive?
Bro, do you even gauge?
So I kind of man-car explained her like that night. Okay, and she's like, I was watching the gauges. It happened all at the same. I'm like, no, you don't get a spike in the fucking temperature just all of a sudden. But you know, I'm gonna be honest. She's not here right now, but it did happen all of a sudden.
Wait,
but
so
what I am watching out for right now is I have got to make sure that I am not in any car that has any problem whatsoever, or my car has any problem whatsoever, because I feel as though she'll be like, oh yeah, motherfucker, now what?
Man, although Rain was bringing up a point during like $1,200 for a head gasket was too much, so you bought her a brand new car.
Hold on. $1,200 on a car, okay,
that's probably worth 2,000
that has 102,000 miles on it. 2004 with 102,000 miles.
That's a really low mileage for that old.
Not bad.
This was my wife's car when she worked like 4 miles from the office.
Yeah, I was
right?
saying,
all she did was drive this car to and from the fucking office.
Yeah,
and all that kind of shit.
We
never had a fucking. This was a Chevy Malibu, okay, a Chevy fucking Malibu. We never had a fucking problem with it. This was going to be the car that I swear to God, my daughter drove through college, and when she graduated on college day, I go, I'm glad you graduated. The next car is on you. I'm like, this was the fucking plan.
Well, I mean, like, right? I was gonna say, I was like, 2004 is an old car, but
because no kid should have a fucking car that somebody's paying for.
Right. A 2004 is an old car, but 100,000 miles on a 2004, that's a really low mileage for that old of a car.
No, it is. It is.
Really
every time she fucking like updated it, it's like USA is going, oh my God, you still have that car?
I mean, like, I have an '08, and I just broke 100,000 miles like 3 weeks ago, and I don't even drive that much. So
I can swear to God, if I put $1,200
if
I put $1,200 into the head gasket of that car, okay, the next week. Literally, probably the next week after you did that, it'd be like the fucking water pump, okay? Or the fucking alternator, or something
Well,
else.
I mean, those are
It
cheap.
reaches a point where you sit there and go, you know what? If I do this now, I know I am fucking, like, wedging up on a money pit.
Yeah. Well, that's what. Yeah, because I mean, like that car is probably worth like $3-4 grand, maybe.
You want to hold on?
So
you want to hear the fucking capper?
Spending over if you're spending over a third or half the value of the entire car on repairs, probably not worth it. So I agree.
You want to hear the fucking capper? Okay, so I'm at work. Okay, so I went down there, and after she had the the problem with the overheat, right? We had it towed fucking 30 miles or whatever. You know, it cost us like $100 with AAA or whatever to like have it towed to our guy. All right. He fucking like revved it up the next fucking day. No problem fucking at all. All right. Nothing. He ran it for like 2.5 hours, just idling, drove it for about 20 minutes around town. No problem with overheating at all. So we took it back. Okay. He's like, I don't know what it is. I've got it hooked up to the fucking sensors. I'm getting fucking nothing. Thermostat works. All this kind of shit works. I'm like, all right, whatever. Okay. 2 days later, wife drives it to the freaking grocery store. It like conks out the same fucking like overheat problem. I drive it over to him and he's like, oh man. He's like, I'm thinking this might be a fucking head gasket. And then he ran a test the next day and it turned out to be the fucking head gasket. All right. That being fucking said. When I went to pick it up from the first time, something was broken with the rear passenger window. The actuator was not functioning, right? And I told him, oh shit, you know what? Just fucking order it, put it in, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, after the second time that it was there, he went and fixed the fucking actuator on the window. So it was going to be like, I don't know, $250 for the part and the fucking service to like fix the fucking actuator. Now we had already decided that night to go buy another car, but we hadn't communicated it to him. So I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, I got to pay this motherfucker $250 on a car that I am literally going to fucking care for kids. Okay. You know, it's like, wait a minute, hold on, what? So I just sat there and said, will you take the fucking title on this thing that I am going to just literally push into the fucking river? So yeah, that's been my last fucking month. Cars. I'm so fucking done with cars. I'm going to move to fucking Amsterdam so that I can just like, you know, I don't know, take
bike to work.
Bikes in those waterway
That's what it
things.
sounds like. Just buy a couple of
With the
Huffies
Venice
and give them to
canals?
them. Car problem solved.
Just go to Venice and just like go around on a little boat.
Okay, so now that we've detoured like way off into fucking Dirk's fucking like got bad fucking karma, and the karma gods are fucking every car in his family except his.
Which is wrapped in bubble wrap.
To Oregon shooter, it's Oregon.
Oregon.
No. Here's the thing.
It's origami.
No. Like, just a pronunciation thing. Everyone on the East Coast calls it Oregon. It's Oregon. Just saying. No one says Oregon over here. It's Oregon.
This is karma. Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's definitely karma.
You're killing me.
No question. But have you guys have any of you run any of these like, you know, abyssal space you know, pockets out in Sissy? These got put out in Sissy the other day. It was the day, I believe, that fucking Tranquility got hit by a couple of DDoSes. So therefore you had a whole bunch of people that were running over onto Sissy to go, fuck it, if I can't play this, I'll go over and test this shit out. They had all kinds of fucking tie-dye over there that day. Have any of you guys like actually gone out there and tested this stuff?
No, I
have not, but I want to thank Donald Trump for tipping $1.
Yeah, Donald Trump just gave us $1.
So,
but it's
no, actually, I have not.
He's got my vote next election.
It's not the real Donald Trump.
I planned on running some sites this weekend to try it out on Sissy to see. And my take is it might be something that could be actually streamed. And I think I've been seeing other people thinking that same thought that.
Dude, you can stream anything. Look at this fucking show.
I know, but you know, seriously, but you know, this is the first time that could be actually interesting content to stream PvE. It might be an idea. I think me and Reload had that idea at FanFest. We think that could be something that might be worthwhile, and not to say it's dark wild, but yeah, I think that's where I might be going with at least that and trying it out this weekend. But no, I have not.
Somebody needs to accumulate a mass fucking amount of mutaplasmids or whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
and they just like this could be the new Iron Bank where you bet on the fucking roll of the fucking like mutagen shit.
Easy.
But you can't.
This could be the fucking thing. It's like, is it gonna be good or is it not gonna be good?
You can't do that because that's a game of chance. They don't allow that.
But it's their game of chance. Can you bet on something that's their own game of chance?
No,
Yeah, but as soon
because
as
you're
you
not
start
allowed.
taking
You're not allowed
bets,
to.
you're middlemaning it.
Even if it's an in-game thing, you can't bet ISK on a game of chance.
But we haven't had an actual legit game of chance before, right? In Eve, they've actually built the chance part of it, so therefore it must be legal.
Well, like I was saying,
all you're doing is gaming it.
This is a technical side because this is something like Manic. I think it was a little over a week ago, a week and a half ago. He was streaming, and I kind of did like a drunk call on his show. So, and he was talking, he doesn't like the RNG aspect, and I was like, well, technically Eve is all about RNG. I mean, like, if you look at it, like, when you shoot your guns, do they hit? Do they hit for a lot of damage? Do they hit for regular damage? Do they kind of slightly miss?
That is RNG.
That's all
like,
RNG. It's all
it
RNG based on percentages. So, like, RNG has been in this game, and that's not the only thing. I mean, RNG has been a part of this game, but this, you know, like I said, like, this, granted, is a bit more... has a bit more of an effect than that stuff, because that stuff is a little a bit
RNG's more... fucking RNG. It all comes down to, but
I mean,
what is it about?
And
that's why this seems different to people.
That stuff is a bit more predictable.
Asherothi put a tweet out today, something like, and he had wrecking shots in there, right? And it's kind of like,
Noisy Game Inventions RNG. That's another thing. Yeah, Inventions RNG.
No, I didn't say Inventions, but like, well, somebody may have wrote that.
Noisy said that. So
like wrecking shots and like that kind of shit. It's like, you know what? It's like, that's not what people fucking mean. You know, when they get upset about some of this stuff. And I'm going to be completely fucking honest. People are way too fucking overblowing this shit regarding the whole, you know, RNG shit nature of this. I personally don't believe that this is going to have much of an effect on EVE Online at all.
It's not.
As it currently stands. It doesn't mean that they can't dial it in one direction or a fucking another, or attach it to monetization where it wouldn't be like completely fucking terrible one way or the other. But as it stands right now, people are just freaking out about the premise, and it's like, don't freak out just about the premise if it doesn't actually have a net effect on the EVE Online that you know about.
The only the only honest thing I can see of these having an effect on the game is it's going to give options that could be better than faction, not as good as officer mods. They're kind of like this in-between thing that don't cost as much as officer mods. And so it's like a pseudo cheaper version of a good module that you can equip. But the people that are going to be buying and using these things are going to be solo PvPers, faction warfare guys, stuff like that. Or they're going to be like, I think I mentioned this like last week or the week before, they're going to be the special snowflakes in the fleet. Like your rapier pilot might be like, you know, I'm going to buy that mutaplasmid web that came out with some nice bonuses. It'll cost me a bit of money. Might cost a little bit more than a faction web, but it's going to be better than the faction web. So they'll put that on their rapier, or, you know, whatever modules and stuff they're doing. So it's like, that's where that's going to get used. And it's fine. They're going to probably be paying what it's going to be worth for these modules that are better, but not so good that it breaks the game. And
I think it's gonna be
the people that are selling this stuff is going to go through so many plasmids to get a good one that they're going to obviously charge an amount of ISK that, you know, overall gives them an average gain, because they're not going to lose money. They're not going to, you know, sell this module for something that's not worth covering the losses they took on the shitty modules they tried. So
well, hold on. I think it's going to be really hard to price these things.
That's
right?
what I'm saying.
Because between the fucking like advantages you get, or the fucking trade-offs, or like, you know, whatever the combination is in there between, right? It's going to be really hard to sit there and say, well, this is obviously worth this. And it's kind of like, well, that might be worth that for a supercarrier pilot that does not care about the fucking grid or CPU or something like that. But it's not worth the same thing to, you know, a cruiser pilot or whatever. It's going to be extremely, and forget about the fact that this is not just going to be something that you can put on the market, right? Even the fucking contract market has problems with this. You know, it's like, it's going to be hard to make comparisons in a way that leads to a liquid fucking market. And if you don't have a liquid market for things, then that means the pricing of everything.
It's going to be all out of whack. And I don't know if it'll ever stabilize. And that's the thing, is like, since it's not a market where you can compare and contrast and get all this data of like, you know, all like, here's the values and their worth, and this is what they've been generally going. It's like, it's all case-to-case based with the contracts. You just have to search contracts. What's the best value, like the best stats for like the cheapest price value thing you can get. But when you find that, it's like, is this actually worth it? Or am I getting, overcharged for something that I think I'm getting a deal on?
Well, it's not about you getting overcharged, okay? Like in a lot of the cases of these things,
I don't think the price will ever settle in a nice region.
Was it worth it? Was it worth it? I don't know. What's your fucking wallet like? I'm like, if all you wanted was a fucking web,
14%, 14%
that will
on
go
that
out,
web.
a billion fucking kilometers, and lock them down at 90% fucking speed. It's like, it may have been worth it to you. Was it worth it to, I don't know, enough people to matter in the game that it somehow changed the game?
So now we're looking at intrinsic value instead of actual value. I mean, that's the difference. What people are going to actually pay for it.
Not so much intrinsic value, but you're looking at a much more isolated level. Just because some schmuck out there with quadrillions,
that 20%, right?
Like was willing to pay X for something because it fit the need that they had individually, doesn't mean that organizations are going to pay that price. Doesn't mean that anybody is going to fit that on a larger scale to where it really has wide scale impact on the game. And that's kind of one of the. This isn't even fucking officer mod level quality of stuff. This is stuff that is like so fucking up and down in all kinds of different ways that, until we see it actually work out, we just can't bitch about it at the level other than what is right now the unknown of unknowns.
Well, it's going to be weird because since these can be used on any module, I don't know if they can be used on officers. I don't know if they mentioned that, but it can be used on Dead Space, Faction, Tech 2, Metas, Tech 1s, any of those. And so the thing is, like, you might use a Mutaplasmid on a Tech 2. It ends up slightly better than a Faction, maybe. And that's cheaper for you since you didn't have to buy the Faction module and use the Mutaplasmid on it. And so you can sell that for a bit of an undercut and still make a shitload of profit than the person that used a Mutaplasmid on a Faction module and got a slight increase, but you have to charge more because you use that Faction module, and if you sell it for under what the other guy is selling it for, you're losing money, and you're not going to do that. So
there are people out there looking at this right now.
It puts this whole weird convoluted thing in the price margins.
There are people out there looking at, right now out on Sissy and whatnot, and it's like they're looking at drop rates of this and drop rates of that. It's like, look, number one, you cannot trust the drop rates out on Sissy because what they want are things to drop out there because they want those inputs to be able to be used for the next level of thing that's going on, right? Whether it be the freaking RNG rolling or anything else. Like, you can't trust anything necessarily on Sissy at this point. So just use it. It's just testing what they have, kind of functional, right? They haven't necessarily dialed the numbers in on probably anything, I would hope, other than kind of the percentage rolls, right? Like, they shouldn't want to fool people into thinking, oh, well, shit, every other roll I get's going to be good. But then again, they also probably shouldn't want to, roll it as, 99% of the rolls I have will be bad, right? So they're putting things in, I think, just to kind of test the functionality. They already know what they're going to initially put these things in at once it goes live. They're just not going to give you a fucking clue in on some of those things.
Yeah, we don't know that baseline yet. That's probably why everything, like I think Chainsaw said in chat that the drop rate right now for everything in those Mutaplasmids is just off the charts. So it's everything. So they want this baseline,
and not just the Mutaplasmids, but also the stuff related to like kind of doing the higher level Abyssal space things, right?
Yeah, exactly. So right now everything's happening. So they want
filaments
this
or whatever they're calling them.
Yeah, the filaments, everything's happening. So yeah, like I said, I'm going to test it out this weekend to maybe just play along and see what I can generate, of course, because I want that baseline to be as strong as possible. When it goes live.
I was listening. I was listening because I got a thing that reads Twitter to me, reading some of the things that were coming off of Twitter, as well as in the Talking Stations Discord about people that were out there, and they were talking about kind of like well, what happens? It's like, look, your fucking ship gets destroyed if you're still in there. If you're still in there when this fucking shit closes out, it's fucking destroyed. Now they were completing 3 levels before the fucking time ran out. With plenty of fucking time, but if you don't complete it, and apparently your ship's getting destroyed, from what I was listening / reading to.
I think if you didn't complete it and it collapsed, you get spit it out, right?
That's what I asked, and they're like, "No, my shit got blown up." Now I don't know if this is a fucking like bad thing, but yeah. Noisy Gamers are saying that you get potted. I hear. Well, potted would be fucking like wow.
Yeah, that's really
not that any
bad,
of you were dealing with the old school pods of yesteryear, where we all had to fucking worry about our pods and shit. But
right. Yeah, I thought it'd just poop you right back out. And when it closes, and you just get pooped out. But
you get potted when it collapses on you.
That's what Noise is saying. Yeah.
Well, that's what Noise is saying.
I definitely have to go test that.
I heard your ship got destroyed. I did not hear that until just now. So, like, even though it's Noisy, I still want to confirm.
From what they mentioned at the fan stuff, it sounded like it just like if the time ran out, you just got put back in the spot.
Somebody I think I saw out on Twitter today was talking about getting into level 5 and how fucking hairy it was and all that kind of shit. But
damn, that would be fucking rough. Like, because you have to find your way out. So if you can't find your way out in time, like, you get potted. I thought you just like ended up like.
Do we have a shot to do to something?
Yeah, let's do a shot to. Let's do a shot to.
I'm not doing a shot to fucking RNG.
Let's do a shot to hydration bot.
One to fucking Abyssal Space.
Shot to hydration bot.
Yeah.
Well, it's new. It's new, dude.
Right,
we have to shot.
The hydration bot.
No, I want to do a shot to Reddit.
Fucking H2O once.
Yeah, it tells you.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait a minute, hold on. Let's let him expound on this. What do you mean?
I was just trolling.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because
it tells you exactly how many ounces you need to drink. Although that might trigger everyone outside of America because they don't know how many milliliters. Oh no, it says milliliters in parentheses. Look at that. It being metric
I don't
and
acknowledge
standard
milliliters.
or imperial.
See, because we've got European audiences and shit.
Well, it's kind of like
I don't acknowledge.
And shit.
It's funny that they put the imperial in
shout
regular.
To the fucking audience for being here with us tonight. You know, God bless you, motherfuckers.
Sticking around. Although it's funny that in the parentheses as like a side note, it's like for the rest of the world. Here you go.
I feel like it's too early to talk fucking TV time, but fucking Expanse, man.
I haven't watched it.
Well, before Expanse, did you see Westworld this weekend?
I did see Westworld this past weekend. I thought it was a really good fucking premiere episode into season 2. Honestly, at the end of season 1, there were a lot of people out there that thought that was it. It was like, obviously, the fucking shit went sentient and okay, just fuck people up. They weren't sure if it was going to come back, right? Boom, here it is. We're back, and they're moving on to like new shit in that game or new shit in that show, and man.
I thought it was a good mixture of
psycho cyborg people out there, especially. Is this following another Game of Thrones fucking thing where it's like, man, the women are strong in this show?
Strong, independent women.
Yeah, killing people like motherfuckers.
Yeah, I thought it was a good lead-in between, bridging what happened last season. So if nobody saw last season and was hearing a shit ton about what Westworld is and didn't watch season 1, it was a good bridge to what happened last season and laying out a story, at least for the first 3 or 4 shows of this season, to progress that storyline.
No spoilers. No spoilers. We're not going to fucking spoil. Because I think you could have figured out from last year, that, like as the season progressed, that like. Again, the strong characters, the characters that are really like kind of like taking control of who and what they are and shit like that. They were women. I mean, I don't remember like a fucking male character that was like really, but it definitely fucking amps that shit the fuck up this season.
Yeah,
so far.
I think one episode. There's the one part it bridged Anthony Hopkins' character to. Right towards the end of who he was and who he was talking to, so no spoilers there, but I thought that was a really unique kind of overlay between how that portion, that scene was playing out, how he was just overlaid on top of that robot at that time. I thought that was really fucking cool. That lady,
sorry, like
I don't want to do a spoiler of it.
It's TV time. This is what we do.
Okay, well the kid.
Hey, Drayden.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if your push to catch the fuck up is in there, but like, yeah.
Well,
we actually rolled into that.
No, I was just saying, he's like, I don't want to give spoilers.
It's
TV time.
Do you have a graphic that was meant to announce it, or?
Oh no, I only had the Game of Thrones spoiler warning, but
I don't know. We're not spoiling.
RuneShift told me not to use that because he was afraid of copyright infringement.
Time, we're never here to spoil shit. We're only here to, like, you know, kind of allude to fucking things, you know.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but anyway, so yeah, I was really impressed with that first episode.
Except Jon Snow did apparently die at one point and then came back.
No, he didn't. Shut your whore mouth.
I knew he was gonna die. I was like, I knew he was.
See, people back. Sometimes people say "shut your whore mouth" on this show.
Yeah, it happens.
Ray knows. This is what we fucking say.
But no, I knew he was coming back. That was one of those things, like, you know, before the next season even got close, like, Jon's coming back. Red Witch is still alive.
I don't know, man. It's like, who knew that? Well, because you were a book reader, but now you're out in fucking no book land where you can't, where you've got no fucking tether to anything. You're like, I don't know what happens. I haven't read the future books.
Dirt. I've read book 1. That's it.
Oh. See, you talked such a big game that year that I thought you were like a future book reader as well.
I was just...
You're like, oh, yeah, man, you know, it's like, this is what happens. Yeah,
I was hedging... I was just hedging all my bets, dude. I'm all in on red. That's what I was doing. All in on the Red Witch.
Now, that being said, I'm going to go back to The Expanse. Because The Expanse is something that I think that fucking EVE players can kind of relate to. Not just fucking EVE players. Like, all the fucking Battlestar Galactica crowd out there. Like, anybody who's into that level of fucking sci-fi, right? Because one of the things that, like, still continues to be really fucking cool to me in that show is so small scale, right? It's like, you know, with everything that's going on out there about the fucking Expanse, when the ship gets ready to go into fucking combat, right? They get into their fucking spacesuits and they decompress the ship so that if you get a fucking hull breach, you don't have a fucking blowout. I think this is like so small scale brilliant that it's fucking huge,
I mean,
right?
It's a smart idea.
It's like, yeah, I mean, it's like this is something that most shows, it's like, and at this point, Expanse fans like understand kind of what's going on, but I think everybody else is like, oh, okay, you know, they're just in their fucking spacesuits and, like, you know, whatever. But, like, it actually fucking makes sense that if a fucking projectile fired from some fucking Min-Mamarian shirt out there, you know, ship out there, you know, fucking fires through this, it's like, well, guess what? It's gonna fucking go bang bang and, like, you know, make a hole and maybe we'll do a spacewalk later and fix it.
If you're if you're in the immediate area of the structural damage and, like, I mean, it's gonna cause shrapnel to fly everywhere, and so I'm like, there's still a risk.
Saying I've seen. He's saying I've seen season 2 on Blu-ray. Okay, different story. Sorry.
Yeah,
I thought he was pulling one of those big country things where it was like, wait a minute. German fucking rip TV off. I've seen all of what you've seen and don't I'm 16 weeks ahead of you.
Yeah, he was like, oh, I got this like pirate rip from the thing. It's like, and he's like, he links it.
It's like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker. Do not even talk.
Like, he linked me one of those things and I tried to watch it. It was like one of those, like, it was, I forget, it was for like a show or a movie or something. It's like you could see the green, like they didn't have it any the special effects in it. It was like you could see the green screen in the back. You could see the wires coming off of their harness because they hadn't edited any of that. I was like, I don't want to watch this. I want to watch the real thing. Fuck this. So I turned it off. But
I was saying called a rip big country shot.
Yeah, all right.
You know, we're close enough to the fucking end. Fuck it.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I haven't.
Fuck it, we can just pour now. You can just pour it. Dirt can't do no fucking harm.
I haven't watched The Expanse, but
I hear it's amazing.
I'm just saying, like the decompression thing and the shit, like that's a smart idea though.
Rip big country.
Yeah, rip big country.
And DC, if, like, you know, I don't know, like his whole like Twitch career doesn't go off.
What do you mean?
BCDC.
BCDC.
That could be a.
Oh my god!
Could that be a rock band?
We can do like an EVE streamer band called BCDC.
Yeah, like that might be a thing.
Or not.
It might not.
It was just a thought. We're just like throwing it out there.
It sounded good, but
we're like all into rhymes and shit.
Well, that only
we should like karaoke rap. Or
I don't know if you can call it rhyming when it's the same thing. Like you can't rhyme C with C. I mean, you can't.
Fishbone's saying the new Lost in Space is good. I'm going to be honest. I have not fucking seen that.
Watch it.
Another kind of sci-fi, but it's more of a teenage angst TV series. The 100 came back this week too.
The 100 did come back this week, and as a big fan of the fucking CW.
Wait, seriously,
Like-
the 100? The show, the 100's back?
Yeah, it came back season
Okay.
4.
Or like what those of us who
Oh
are
my
serious fans
God.
like to call the 100.
Now, hold
100.
on.
The Hundo?
Funny thing with that, I've never seen that show, but there's a weird thing because whenever people follow me on Twitter, I like Twitter stalk them. I'm like, who is this? Who's following me? No shit. I don't know
It
why.
was not the hot blonde girl from the 100, was it?
No. There was an actress from the show The 100, season 1. She was only in one episode, but she followed me for some reason.
Really?
Imogen something. She played.
She's not. in
Imogen
season-
Heap.
She's not. in
No,
season
that's
two,
a
though?
band. No,
I
she was
know.
in season 1, the last episode. She was like, there was like, I guess this mom and this little girl that was like her daughter, but wasn't really her daughter. That they found.
Was it her daughter that followed you on fucking whatever?
Yeah, the actress that plays the
Dude,
daughter.
you know
of-
she's super fucking young, right?
Yeah, she's like 14. But I was like, she followed me. I was like, why and how? But yeah, just saying. Random thought. Oh, by the way, I have 499 followers on Twitch, or on Twitter.
Twitter. Oh,
I need
man.
one more, and why not? I'll give out 5 billion ISK. That's what Dirk did when he got 500, I think.
Oh, you're whoring it out, but I'll whore for my 200 followers.
Someone do it. Someone do it.
Dude, number one, I was born with like fucking 500 followers, but like I
You
started
weren't
at the
born-
1,000
Yeah,
mark.
maybe you were actually. Yeah, I mean, someone do it, or someone just make a brand new Twitter account and do it.
I do want to
I'll
throw
give
this out there.
500
Though.
bucks.
Katie Sackhoff from Battlestar Galactica fame, okay, has a new show coming out that is not Longmire, which really fucking kind of depresses me because I was really fucking sad to see the end of Longmire. But she goes back to space again, so she's back out in outer fucking space. It's called Another Life, and she plays an astronaut that like has shit going on and whatnot. So it's like, yeah, I don't know. I like Katie Sackhoff. You know, she's like kind of like, you know, and not just because of that whole fucking Dust, or not Dust, but fucking Valkyrie thing. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember back when fucking things like Valkyrie were so big that we actually got voiceovers, not from Mark Hamill, but Katie Sackhoff?
What?
What?
So I'm not the
Alright,
only one
alright.
that's like, what
She
the
was
fuck?
the voice of I don't remember the name anymore because I didn't play fucking like that game. Somebody will sit there and like, you know, throw it out in a second because they just
She
fucking
seems
know.
like Katie did what?
Like the head fucking Garista's freaking like, you know, whatever. She was the voice. Like when they played it on fucking stage at FanFest. She was the voice
Aura?
person.
Aura?
No, not fucking Aura. Jesus Christ. Somebody out there throw it the fuck out. Please. God damn. There's some things I just can't remember at night,
no.
but I know it happened.
Okay, my Twitch giveaways is fucking up.
I don't remember. Anyway. Yeah, Riddick? I don't remember.
I swear to God,
Riddick.
everybody thinks I'm fucking retarded right now, but it's just like literally I'm not.
Shit. My
The
Twitch
Valkyrie pilot trailer. Yes, that was her fucking voice. Wait. Fuck it. Is this the way it is? We forget about what like the good
Well,
things
I
that
mean-
happened in Eve's past and only like sit there and go, but now we only get like, you know what, Donald Trump being the voice of the fucking Galenti commissioner?
Well, he's got dragon blood, so. Yep, our boy Kanye and Trump. Anyway, you know, actually, I don't remember that, but yeah, that'd be a good worth look up. I'll figure that one out because that got me interested now to see what. voice
I'm only
actors
just
they
looking
did
for the name right now, but let's hear it.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. That's the
Oh, shit.
YouTube. That's the YouTube.
Hey, DC.
Somebody's gonna. Oh, Rankavik. Thank you, Noisy.
R-
Because Noisy is the fucking vocab of all of fucking Eve that knows all this shit.
Hey, DC,
Wow.
is
Thank
your
you so
Twitch-
much.
Do you have Twitch giveaways?
I don't think so, man. I haven't been on my Twitch account in quite some time.
Dude, do you have fucking karaoke?
My add-on doesn't work.
No.
It's not
Can't
registering
anybody play
anyone
me some
talking.
fucking old school iced tea right now?
I can
All right, this is a
try.
test.
I
This is
can
not the
play
winner.
Avicii
This is a
for you.
test. There's none to
I can
roll
play
from.
Avicii too.
Hold on, let me go to my add-ons and see if I can fix it. because I told people I'd give money away, and now I gotta find a way to do that.
I'm gonna be honest. Look, I'm old school. I've got like I've got cable TV and shit like that, and I've got like a fucking TiVo DVR that like records shit for me. My Sundays are so fucked up right now. There's so much stuff on fucking Sunday nights. You know, it's like between Westworld and shit like that. It's like I can't even fucking watch live TV because my TiVo is recording 6 shows at a time between like I don't know, like 9 and 11 p.m. or shit. Silicon fucking Valley later on, it's like last week tonight with fucking John Oliver, fucking Westworld, like all this fucking shit is on Sunday nights, and I'm so fucking tired of it. It's like, stop. Quit burying in Sunday nights. Like, that's the only night that people have to watch it. Because number one, most people are out there right now like Huluing shit and whatnot. Just stop. Quit burying it in on Sunday nights. Spread it out over the course of the fucking week. Our DVRs can keep up with that.
Dump the whole season all at once. Most of Netflix.
No,
that's what
I
do.
think that is so fucking bad. I think that's so bad from the... Hold on. This is why I think it's so bad. Because it's like, back in the day when shit came out on the fucking weekly, right? You'd walk in the next day and be like, God damn, can you believe what happened last night on XYZ show that you were watching, right? Like, you had people at work that you would fucking talk about. Now it's like, if you sit there and burn out an entire fucking season in the course of your lazy ass did not leave your house fucking weekend, okay? And you walk in and be like, can you believe what fucking happened on Supergirl last season? No, dude, I'm only in fucking season 3. Just chill. And now you can't talk to that motherfucker because they will literally kill you if they tell you that Supergirl fucking dies.
Well, I'll tell you, the current show I'm binging is The Cosby Show.
Well, like The Cosby Show, like the Philadelphia trial, or like... Can I tell you how that ends? I mean, I'm really close to Philadelphia, and I know how that ends. So it's like, I'm not sure if that helps, but...
That Dr. Huxtable, he's a really good dude.
I mean, I really like the idea of fucking binge watching things from past seasons. I really hate this because, like, it totally rips Community out of fucking watching a television show.
You're gonna hate me right now, but I started binge watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer again.
Like from the beginning, right?
So yeah.
My
right
daughter's
it is a damn good show.
It's a fucking
because
good show.
Well, she just stumbled across it and shit like that. But then again, my daughter fucking binge watches shows that, like, my daughter like sat there and watched what was it? We used to call it fucking Ugly Baby when I was growing up. Fucking like a Full House with like John Stamos and like that kind of shit.
Those
like
Olsen twins,
fucking, the Olsen twins were ugly babies, and that's why like my family called the show Ugly Baby. We forgot what the name of the show was, but just called it Ugly Baby. And it's like my daughter started watching that like a few years. This is actually goes back a few years, but like she's of that generation where she'll watch these old shows and be like, "Oh, I'm watching this show about." We're like, "Yeah. We watched that shit when it was live. Back the fuck off."
Now she's got to like binge on Firefly or something like that.
Yeah, she's like, "Oh, I'm watching Gossip Girl." I'm like, "Yeah, welcome to 1995."
Yeah,
man, that's a show they need to bring back. Is Firefly.
Oof.
Everybody keeps fucking saying that, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, but the Firefly
Here's the
movie
thing
and
with Firefly
blah."
though. Like, Firefly was great. I loved it, but it's been so long, and they had the movie, so like the pilot guy for Serenity is dead, unless you want to do like a prequel. But the thing is, and I think
can't you bring back like Babylon 5 and make it Babylon 6 and just move on?
Well, I mean, like, but the thing is, like, I don't know if it'd be as well received nowadays, other than just the hardcore fan base, than it was, before. Nathan Fillion loves the show. I think he would do it, but I don't know.
Nathan Fillion's looking for a fucking job.
Is he not doing Castle anymore?
No, Castle's canceled.
Oh, shows how much I watch.
Is this
TV.
2003? Is like.
Well, I mean, like, okay. So just to update everyone.
Fishbone said Altered Carbon is really good, and I think it is. I've got a couple shows into that one.
What I love about the whole
working
idea
on the rolling
of
stuff, guys. So don't worry, I am giving out money.
What I love about the whole idea of putting stuff out there that can be binge watched, right? And you actually have some networks, and not like regular network TV, but like cable networks that are willing to put stuff out there over the course of a long weekend or something like that, where you binge watch a season of something because they're not willing to bet on it on a weekly basis, right? what I love about the whole idea of things like Netflix and Amazon and like any of these other networks, they'll put stuff out there that like they're not willing to bet on over a long term, but they'll burn it out over like, I don't know, Memorial Day weekend or some shit like that. That does put some stuff out there for people that were like they wanted this thing, but they weren't willing to kind of commit to it over a long term. But they'll do it over a fucking weekend. That's fucking wonderful. But some of these shows are ones that can actually make it in the whole kind of like, you know, I'll come back next week.
I tell you which
or
one
I'll
that,
do, or I'll
that
do it
does
my
fit that
DVR
mold.
2 weeks from now or 3 weeks from now or whatever.
One doesn't fit that mold. It's definitely 12 Monkeys, the kind of reboot after
12
the movie.
Monkeys is the
It's a
one that they're
great-
gonna fucking do the next season in a
Yes.
mass fucking blast
But
on
yeah.
on Sci-Fi, right? I mean, like
yes,
they're-
on Sci-Fi. They did the mass blast last year, but they had like 2 seasons of just week to week, and now they mass blast it. Yeah,
because they're not willing to commit to it over a longer term, and therefore have to sell it out to commercials and all that kind of shit, right? But they're saying, you know what, we like this enough that we're gonna mass blast it all at once. Netflix, I believe, is like you know Netflix, or I haven't quite heard it as much with Amazon. Is willing to save a show that should survive and do it in a mass. And this is where Longmire came in. Longmire had been on, I think, TBS or A&E or one of those things.
Yeah.
They gave it up. Netflix bought it up and said, okay, fine, we'll do it, but we're only going to fucking mass blast it all at once is one season. And we got like 3 extra seasons out of that series. And that's really fucking cool because it did deserve to live on. There was a market out there for it. It just wasn't quite enough for like places where you have to sell commercials.
yeah. I think the big Netflix.
I'm doing a
not
shot to
Netflix,
Katie Sackhoff. Fuck it.
Yeah. The big
Katie.
big one that I remember that Amazon put out was a Man in the High
Starbucks,
Castle.
because Starbucks is like Starbucks is bad and like
Badass.
like they don't know when to like kick people out of stores and not kick people out of stores and shit. So it's really fucking bad. But like Starbucks on Battlestar Galactica, different story.
Yeah, Man in the High Castle on Amazon is pretty.
When is that
kick-ass
coming?
One.
When is that? When is that
don't
coming?
know. I don't know. I don't know when that one's coming back, but that's gone through 2 seasons already. I'm waiting for the 3rd.
Speaking of fucking Man in the High Castle, okay, which the last time that aired all at once as blast was, I believe, December of 2016.
16. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We got a winner. Spanky Hardy won.
Congrats, fucking Spanky Hardy.
Spanky Hardy is saying it's rigged. Do I give it to him?
Yeah. Well,
Hold on. Number one, if he wins, he knows it's rigged. So of course you give it to him because he knows.
Yep. Freelancers. He's confirming that Lost in Space is good so far. 3 episodes in. So all right.
But where is it? That's the question I fucking had.
I don't know. I think that's a
Is this out on
Netflix
one of
reboot.
these fucking like sub channels that you have to unsubscribe to actually subscribe to it?
Does anybody watch Ash versus the Evil Dead? Has anybody been watching that?
Dude, I tried.
No.
I tried really hard, and I was a big fan of his back in the fucking day, but it was like I just couldn't do it. It was too fucking hard.
I don't know, man. I find it's good, especially the 2nd season. Super good. I mean, it's Bruce Campbell. How can you not get into
I know,
that?
but it's like I felt like he was stronger back in his prime, and now it's just like, man,
He was definitely stronger back
You're
in his
trying.
time. Now
You're
he's
trying
fat and
too.
old.
You're trying too hard. It's like you're like, are you taking steroids for your chin? It's just like too strong.
I don't feel like there are steroids for somebody's chin.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I take it back. Spanky Hardy is skeptic, and that was a test.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
How is it like one of our test people fucking?
Well,
wins things?
it's skeptic is the guy because Twitch giveaways is bugged. It's not working for either of us, so the add-on's not working.
Yeah.
And so he's like, he was saying he might.
Should we always hold on? Should we always run things on like test stuff? Like we other people out there think they won, but really it just goes back to us.
Well, because
we could do that
like
fucking every week if we can rig that up.
Nice. Well, I would say like because he said that he's like, I might be able to do a roll on through Stream Elements. I'm like, do it, and then he did that. And
can we just do a fucking RNG? Well, can't we just fucking mutagen this shit?
That's what Twitch giveaways is.
Can
RNG,
we turn Plex into like either
working.
Lower Plex or higher Plex?
Because to just randomly do an RNG, you either have to have an add-on for it, or you have to manually put in all these names and then have some program that RNGs it. But I don't have time to do that or the ability to do that very well. So.
See, McLeod would do that. McLeod would do that.
He was like, he was like, that was a test. I was like, yeah, but I already called it out. So like, if that's what rolled, then I'm just giving it to him. I don't want to tell the guy like, you won. Oh, by the way,
Sikander Cole, the fucking terror.
Just
the
kidding.
Terror. The terror has been fucking outstanding, and I swear to God, like they obviously do not have a big set, right? They are literally like 2 fucking ships in the fucking Arctic that are like iced the fuck in, and there's some crazy fucking thing that looks like a polar bear, but maybe with a girl's ass in the back. I can't tell yet. I haven't gotten a really tight close up on it, but like I'm gonna be honest, I totally fucking love that show. Brilliant.
Oh, okay. So real quick for TV
Dark
time.
thumbs up.
Play it. Play on, play that.
Yo, Trey, drop the verse.
Oh
it's going
yeah.
down, hit the Black Street. I've used to know the words of this. But anyway, so a show that's
that out there.
Just saying, a show that I'm really excited for that is not going to be out for a bit, but it got the green light, so they're going to start scripting, they're going to start casting.
You're giving us a green light?
A
green light is an open comm season that we don't even know has been rebooked yet.
Green light is a weed shop in Spokane.
Green light is like a whole bunch of different terms throughout the fucking world, but like
no, they got the green light so Netflix is funding it. And so now they're gonna start scripting, they start casting it. The Witcher. There's gonna be a Witcher TV series.
Stop. Hold on.
Yeah.
Like an Eve TV series?
Stop yourself.
No, The Witcher. Like it's gonna Geralt and it's gonna be based on the books.
Like an Assassin's Creed TV series?
No, The Witcher. The Witcher.
Like an Eve TV series that was made by somebody is a really high profile science fiction fucking producer?
All right,
you may have confused Dirk.
Okay,
I'm totally fucking
wait, hold on.
Hold on. You mean not an Eve TV?
It's
thing?
not an Eve. Now, real quick. So everyone type !ticket all lowercase and type it in chat. That will enter you. Oh no!
Why do we have this fucking
ticket
bias towards undercase?
Wait! !ticket space number one. That will put you into the drawing. I'll give you $5 bill if you win. But yeah, so The Witcher's going to be a show. Now it's apparently supposedly going to be based on the books, which all the books take place before any of the Witcher games. So all the Witcher games are after this. This is going to be like a prequel to all the games.
Oh my God, you guys are growing so fast I can't copy paste you.
So many. Wait, are you trying to enter this too?
Exactly. What was it again? Can you repeat?
Wait, the Witcher?
FC help?
Ticket space 1.
Yeah, not hashtag. Exclamation point.
It's not
ticket.
ticket space 1, right?
It's exclamation point ticket space number 1.
It's your mama ticket hashtag 1.
I just put exclamation ticket instead.
Yeah, just ticket. Just type ticket. I don't like. You won't win, but just type it.
But I want to win to show this is fucking rigged.
Confirming it's rigged.
You can't win. You can't win. I'm not giving you money. Although you give me a lot of money.
Can I
so
win?
Maybe
I know if my name came up on stream.
Maybe
like,
I should actually.
Rigged.
Maybe I should allow Dirk to win because he's giving me a lot of.
Can I win? That's the real question.
Yeah, but he's already following you. This could be the you hit 500 followers.
You haven't died yet, so it's like it's like you could not win, but you could win, but like not be eligible right now.
I mean, like Dirk is following me.
Like a dying man winning the lottery.
This is kind of like a thing for Twitter. So I mean, like if Dirk's following me, he might be eligible. I don't know.
I don't think I followed you, bro. It's like
what the fuck? You don't?
Because you got no fucking tits. I haven't fucking followed people that.
Whoa.
Well, never.
They don't allow those on Twitter.
I'm just being chill. I'm just being chill.
They do.
I'm just being chill.
They actually do, because there's some porn stars out there with tit pics on their Twitter. Not that I've looked, but I mean they're there.
You know what? You know what I've
seen,
seen from the current generation? They're really getting tired of the Kardashians. I've seen like a bunch of fucking high schoolers, and they're like, you know what? It's fuck them. It's like, whatever. Fucking Kardashians, bullshit. So it's like that really makes me hopeful for the graduating classes that are coming, that it's like they recognize that this shit is bullshit. And I think that's so fucking cool for like the world. I was gonna say America, but I mean the world. And then hashtag get Kim Jong-un to Vegas, because like, would that not be fucking cool? If that motherfucker came to Vegas, would you be not be like, Jong-un, what up, motherfucker? I'm like, I gotta be honest, I would. Because number one, I would know that Vegas was not getting nuked that night, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, wherever
but
he's
also,
at.
like, have you played this fucking game? Check out PUBG. This is fucking amazing.
I hear he likes people.
But you want to try Eve too? Maybe
he'd be like, "Bitch, please, I play Fortnite."
Can you not get some farmers for us over there and fucking like that might be his new fucking thing, right? Like it's like get Kim Jong-un to Vegas.
Now,
well, maybe then Drayden will do like what he did to Seagull and just pick him up and bear hug the shit out of him.
Well, no, I don't want to get assassinated.
Oh, okay.
No, hold on.
Seriously,
hold on.
He looks like
you
he looks
and
like a happy
Bromander,
motherfucker. We need happy motherfuckers in Eve. We don't need people with frowns on their faces. We don't all need all this like Graf Telkins, a fucking nasty talking motherfucker. We need a guy like fucking Kim Jong-un who's like, fuck yeah, I want to play this game. Ha ha, yeah.
Well, that sounds like...
Is that how he finishes his sentences?
No, I'm just like,
ha ha.
Now hold on.
Ah.
He likes people in money suits. Jin Tan had a money suit this year.
Well, he did, but I saw another guy on fucking Twitter the other day, literally the same fucking money suit, and it's like, you know what?
Wait, was that the winner?
I
Cortex
feel
Burn.
as though anybody could fucking roll a fucking money suit nowadays.
Cortex
It's like
Burn.
back in the fucking
Cortex
day
Burn.
when like money suits were made in like America, where like people actually like hand stitch that shit. It's like, but no, everybody now buys just fucking like breakout fucking money suits. It's like, stop it, stop, quit being a fucking bitch. It's like you're just like doing mass produced fucking money suits. And I'm gonna be honest, I love Jin, but I feel as though he was also wearing one of these mass-produced money suits.
Well, hey, we're about 6
won
minutes
what?
over. Coxburn.
Hey.
Yeah, but there's no
Cortex
there's no-
Burn. Cortex Burn won.
Blast.
Yo. What?
If nobody's fucking telling us shit, just fucking roll.
I know, but I gotta go.
Okay, you can just be like, hey, bros, love you.
Bros, love you.
Blast.
What?
What are you gonna do when the fucking Raiders come to Vegas?
I've already bought season tickets.
Fucking dick. Now I gotta fucking take a Greyhound to Vegas.
Yeah. Problem will be we'll probably have like a home game when like Eve Vegas comes and I'll have to sell a ticket.
No, you won't.
I gotta run out
because you can do a sub fucking party that is a fucking tailgate.
I'll see you later, Blast him.
Okay, guys. Good night.
All right, see you, man.
Later, bro.
All right. Yeah, I'll get this. It's sent.
Did
to
somebody win your
Cortex.
5 billion, bro?
Yeah, Cortex Burn.
Wasn't
Cortex.
there something also going with your 5 billion? Didn't you have like a contingency on top of that? Like a,
Are you
like
making?
was
No.
was it just a, I'm throwing 5 billion out, or like was it like
I
5 billion?
He
for
wins
everybody?
a free trip to Drayden's house.
Yeah, you want to come here?
That was like creepy how you kind of said that. You want to come here?
You want to come here? You come to my house. No, it's just 5
I
billion.
feel like if I walked into Drayden's house, I'd be like, oh shit, I know we're gonna get fucking raided soon. It's
Well,
like,
I mean, like, yeah, it happens sometimes. You know.
like you walk in there and you'd be like, oh, it's coming. It's coming.
I mean, like,
This is the fucking meth capital of fucking
no,
Southern Idaho.
No. We don't do. No, but hip hop keeps a nice, healthy weed candle burning all the time.
Dude, let me ask you a question: Stouffer's or Kraft
Stouffer's.
macaroni and cheese?
Ooh.
Kraft.
No, wait. Let him fucking. You
Wait.
meth head. That is a meth head fucking answer.
No. I have a specific
That
one.
is so a meth head
No,
fucking answer.
no, hold on. Not Kraft regular. Kraft regulars. Kraft 3 cheese shells is where it's at.
Hold on. I said Stouffer's though, which
Actually, I'll give you
literally
that. The
anything
Kraft
that you
shells are
say
good.
is
Stouffer's
better
lasagna?
after that.
Stouffer's-
So not.
No, Stouffer's
Not
lasagna.
fucking Annie's, not fucking Kraft,
No.
not fucking Kraft extra special, like none
3
of that
cheese
shit.
shells. 3 cheese shells is delicious.
Stouffer's macaroni and cheese, is the fucking shit. Like even,
all right.
and if you say Velveeta, number one, we sit there and go, bitch, that ain't cheese.
It's not cheese. No. Stouffer's lasagna is dank.
Dude, I cooked one of those BJ's size Stouffer's lasagnas last night. It came out like fucking soup, and I cooked this like extra time, so it should have had more time to fucking molten together.
We have a joke here, me and Hip.
I did drink it down though.
We call it midnight lasagna.
It does taste fucking good. It did not have.
We call it midnight lasagna because we sometimes, like, either him or me, like, we stay up late and shit. Like, we'll start a lasagna at midnight, and then we'll be like eating lasagna at like 3 a.m.
I gotta be honest right now. Okay, it's like after this show ends, like whatever time it fucking ends, I know that I have a giant half of whatever's left of the Stouffer's lasagna from last night. I'm gonna go upstairs with a spoon and just like get my fucking spoon the fuck on, because I know nobody's fucking hit that shit. It's like I know they haven't, because we had crab cakes earlier, but I'm gonna like knock the back ass out of that thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I've actually, although here's the thing, that question was not honestly answered because I've never eaten Stouffer's mac and cheese.
Dirk can't even right now. On a scale of 1 to 10,
stop, motherfucker.
Just
stop.
Because, like, if I get
shut the fuck up. Stop.
If I'm getting Stouffer's, I'm getting lasagna.
It's like,
you fucking communist motherfucker. What did you just tell me?
If I'm getting Stouffer's, I'm getting lasagna. If I'm getting mac and cheese, I'm getting Kraft 3 cheese and shells.
you just made Dirk walk away.
He's got to like refurbish himself.
I'm seeing the headset wire though. He can't have gone far.
Yeah, but he's in a daze. He might just like walk past it and they'll pull it off his head. Hold on, I gotta send this ISK.
Can't believe that. Honestly though, those Kraft shells are amazing.
Yeah, like, I mean, like, normal Kraft mac and cheese, it's whatever. It's just like it's
mac and cheese.
It's mac and cheese. You could eat fucking like your generic, store-bought brand, whatever. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, it's the same thing as that. But like the three cheese shells, that is like the creme de la creme of Kraft mac and cheese, and that's where you want to be in life.
All right, look, my fucking nickname back in fucking college was Stovetop. And that was because the only thing that we had left in our fucking, like, like dorm room, or even when we got out into a fucking apartment, was a fucking canister of fucking stovetop stuffing. Okay, that would be sitting up there. And, like, I knew that when I came home on a really fucking, like, cranked out fucking night, that I could just add water, microwave, and be done. Boom, meal. Okay? So, like, they'd be sitting there going, hey, what are we having? I'm like, oh, I don't fucking know. I'm just eating some stovetop stuffing right now. Okay? But if you have not had fucking Stouffer's macaroni and cheese, it's like, what part of the fucking United States are you in that you have not gone in there and gotten Stouffer's fucking macaroni and cheese? Like, seriously, like, where the are you literally out of that last fucking Ubisoft game that they just fucking built?
Because here's my thing. When I go to the frozen, like, dinner aisle, and I'm looking at Stouffer's, and I'm looking like, okay, they have mac and cheese there, they have lasagna there. If I'm going to buy food, my choice is.
Are you gonna do some Marie Callender's?
No, no. If I'm getting mac and cheese, it's like I just want some cheap fucking cheese noodles that are like $1
So you
for
don't
a whole
even
box.
want it frozen. You just want it fucking like I'll
Cheap
mix
and
this
easy.
shit up myself.
Just cheap and easy. But like, if I'm going to the Stouffer's aisle, it's like they have the mac and cheese, they have lasagna. I like.
But they've also got the cream chip beef. They've also got the veal parmesan with spaghetti. It's like there's a whole bunch of things to fucking like dice through in a fucking Stouffer's aisle.
But lasagna, I fucking love lasagna. I would take lasagna over mac and cheese any day of the week. And so if I'm looking at the Stouffer's thing, going like, do I want lasagna or
This motherfucker, look, this motherfucker is out there with me right now, being like, holy shit!
This motherfucker.
I swear to God, dude. Okay. Look, when we go to fucking Vegas this year, I am literally gonna fucking nuclearize a fucking Stouffer's macaroni and cheese and like force feed it to you and be like, do you not taste the difference, bitch?
I'm not opposed to Stouffer's mac and cheese.
Before you guys go down the rabbit hole with food.
Oh yeah, your stream is up, man.
I'm not streaming, dude. I haven't switched over to my new meds. I'm super tired. My stomach fucking hurts.
Okay.
So it might be time for my last later
All right.
bitches.
Oh,
You know what?
Shit. Well then.
You know what? Hold on. We're gonna do this special then. We're gonna pour one up. We're gonna
Well,
pour one up
you're gonna
while we tell.
Grab my Gatorade.
You know what? You know what? Because there were some people that are here right now that weren't here in the beginning, like when we were telling our stories of fucking like you
really
who
want to do
back
this
in the
again?
who back in the day we used to call drunk Canadian, but now we just call drunk Canadian because everybody else is drunk Canadian in Canada. But like, look,
Something
dude,
like
I do want to 100% extra special fucking thank you for the fucking effort that you put in on this fucking show, okay? And I'm not talking about like the chit chat because, like, honestly, you were one step up from fucking LB with like fucking talking and stuff like that at times, but more for the just fucking hanging out and helping us like actually continue to put this on because there would have been way more fucking shows that we missed if you weren't fucking here.
Well, the big ones are the Vegas ones. I hosted a few of those.
Especially the fucking Vegas ones.
yeah.
For anybody who remembers any fucking Vegas show, basically, Drunk Canadian was the guy at home, not there, fucking like, hosting it and shit like that. So it's like, you know what? Thank you so much. And I hope that we can call on you fucking next year while you're fucking like, I don't know, just fucking chilling out, drinking a root beer or whatever and be like,
No, 100%.
please make that shit go on.
Like we talked about before, like, yeah, I'm not going to do like the regular show, but like 100%, if you guys need me for like hosting that stuff while you guys are away or whatever, 100% I'm here.
Excellent. Well, I mean, like, we might have to game the system to like, kind of get them in here once in a while. You're just like, oh, I can't make it.
Yeah, if you've ever got anything to say, you know where the fucking channel is. You just come in here and just like say some shitty thing and then like moonstep.
Yeah, I was
moonwalk.
Moonwalk. Shit, I'm in Montana. I can't make it back. DC, can you host the show? And then he comes on, and I'll just like show him, and be like, oh man, that is a fast drive. All right, I'm here. Let's do it.
Yeah, and 100%. That's still obviously something. Like, it's not like I'm going to be gone completely. It's just like the drinking and stuff's got to stop for me.
Right.
Sure.
Well, yeah. So, I mean, understandable.
Dude, are you still able to have sex? Because I find you would like kind of like admirable for a fucking Canadian man.
I don't think like the stomach has anything to do with sex. I mean, like
it's not directly linked.
Well, in certain occasions it might, but
exactly. It's like if it's.
I mean, not for
you,
DC.
If it's like the back of his esophageal passage, I mean, like it's like I gotta know this.
So, I got. Hold on 1 second.
Are you gonna pop a pill?
Tums? Are you doing a Tums right now?
You gonna pop a pill?
We deserve a speech. We want a speech here.
Wait, how'd you get in here?
Shut up! I want to say bye to Drunk Canadian, all right?
He poked me for a drag.
I mean, who does?
Oh, okay. I was like, how did he sneaks in here all the time?
No, I took an extra pill. I had one beer sitting here beside my computer.
I put a shot collar on him, but it doesn't work sometimes. But
what do you got, man? What do you got? You got no Milwaukee there?
What?
Nothing.
No, it's a Molson Canadian.
Oh, it's a fucking Molson Canadian. All right, I just wanted to make sure. It's like, yeah, I just wanted to like throw it. Whatever.
I'm not gonna be able to drink the whole thing, but
thank you very much, Drunk Canadian, for being part of our fucking scene. Look, we're not gonna do fucking interviews or anything like that of like other fucking people, but we are gonna find what I want to believe is going to be drunk Ecuadorian. Because I think we need to reach out to a different audience. So whatever. You know what? Because of you, we're going to find drunk Ecuadorian. So if any of you out there in the Twitch audience know a drunk Ecuadorian, whatever, we'll just try them out.
What about the drunk Bolivian? We could have DB, drunk Bolivian.
Drunk Bolivian, and then we could talk Wildlands.
We could talk, yeah. Like,
but whatever. I just want to say thank you to my man with his fucking, like, his changing fucking background. Do you remember back when he just used to have, like, that whole fucking, like, thing that we thought was like his internal vacuum cleaner system and stuff?
Yeah,
it was really the pump for the maple syrup.
It was the maple shooter pump. Yeah, like he's got. Oh,
there it is.
Yeah.
The maple syrup pump, because he's definitely fucking Canadian.
It's a Granger. System.
It definitely.
Can I do the shot because my arm's getting heavy?
Yeah, all right. Shot.
Do a toast.
Thanks, bro. We're gonna miss you on the show, although we're gonna be, talking in touch. It's not like you're gone
it's
forever.
not like gone
actually,
forever,
I really feel like he's gonna
we're
leave
gonna miss you on the
never
show,
talk to us again.
No, that's not gonna happen.
I think it is. It's cool, bro. People will understand.
Yeah.
Like, you can go out and post on Reddit how you've never talked to fucking Dirk, and like you'll get so much fucking karma.
I'll just like completely disassociate. Like, I was
like,
on that show.
Like,
I don't know
yeah,
that fuck
guy.
that
Dirk guy. Boom, karma.
This is why Dirk McGurk hates Canadians. 101.
I know. We're just always letting everybody down.
Canadian fucking Redditors.
Yeah.
Jesus.
No, it's definitely been a really.
They're
fun
literally
couple
worse
years.
than the North Koreans.
And it really sucks to go, but it is what it is. So.
Yeah.
But just remember, you don't have to go as somebody who just hangs out. You can just fucking come hang out. Literally, if
Yeah,
all
you
you
could-
want to do is fucking hang out,
You could
just
be
fucking
a-
chill and channel.
Yeah, you could
Like
be a-
you don't have to be
Sure.
on. You don't have to be on like fucking camera and shit like that. Look at
Right,
this
like,
guy, fucking President Camacho,
Yeah, President-
like
well,
this
I was-
motherfucking South Indiana guy. It's like
Yeah.
he never comes on camera. There's a bunch of people out there with no balls,
I-
but you did have balls at one time.
Yeah, but
And
DC
you can always go
hey,
back to that.
DC, I was like,
I s-
like a, you could be like a Jay McClain. Like, he pops in, comes in, hangs out. Like, don't feel
Mhm.
like don't.
No,
feel,
no, I definitely don't feel like I can't come back, right?
Yeah,
Like,
so,
I-
like,
You don't
I mean,
have to
we
be a
talked about it,
hardcore
everybody's
motherfucker
I'm not-
like
I'm
Jay
not taking
McClain,
your
who's
team
actually
speak-
done time in Afghanistan and has pipes on stream.
I'm not taking your TeamSpeak rolls around, dude. You want to come in, you just jump in and pop in the channel, man. You're welcome to come in any show you want. So.
No, I know, and I definitely mean it. Like Vegas with this year and everything like that, like with my pay and everything that's going on, like 100%, I can sit here and host for you guys again because I know you guys are going to be there and you'll probably need somebody. So like that's definitely still going to be a thing.
This motherfucker's out there going, even the Canadians have Stofers. And I gotta be honest. If I find out the Canadians have Stofers, macaroni and fucking cheese, I swear to God, I'm gonna lay an Iowan beatdown on this motherfucker out there in fucking
Hold on.
Vegas.
Why
I'm
an
gonna
Iowan
shove
beat? You're
that
not even
shit
from
down your
Iowa.
throat like a motherfucker.
You gonna contract Rain to do an Iowan beatdown?
No, I am literally. Oh, did I say?
You said an
Idahoan.
Iowan beatdown.
I'm sorry. I'm
That's
sorry.
Rain.
I'm sorry. Whatever. I will contract an Iowan to do an Idaho
Or Dominant. You're gonna
of
have-
whether or not the real cheese and noodle goes down your throat.
You're gonna have Dominant come and rough me up. But no.
All right, guys. So,
But
yeah, I'm
thank
just gonna
you,
say goodbye to like Twitch chat and like you guys.
Yeah, man.
dude. Can you do me a favor? Can you do me a favor?
What's up?
Like a deep down favor?
What?
It's gonna be hot.
Not make us do a fucking tribute fucking video.
Oh, it's already in the works.
Why?
DC.
Why would
Just-
you do?
Can't
Just-
we, though?
Why would
Hey,
you
hey,
do
hey,
that?
hey. Well, I would do that because you fucking
Really?
died. Okay, so don't fucking die to where we have to fucking do that. How about that? How about you fucking
Well-
like find a way to live?
10 years is a long time, man. So, you know, who knows
Dude.
what's gonna happen?
Hey, it's Eve. It's
I'm
open
sure-
comms.
Well,
you know how
I'm
this
sure
works,
you're
right?
older than
You
a
know how this
10-year-old.
works. You don't want fucking like white-haired fucking Dirk being like, yeah, you know, I know back in the fucking day, that motherfucker, man, it was so bad.
Yeah, well, you'll be more like, I remember we had these things called keyboards and mice. You actually
Can
had
you
to
remember
physically.
back when we had keyboards and I wasn't shuffling shit across the screen with my
Hey
fingers?
DC, take care, man.
Yeah, it's like-
I'll be sure to troll you soon. I don't care what show you go on.
But-
Fair
Dude,
enough,
we should
Peter, I
totally
get it.
do a show about the future us. That would be so fucking badass.
Oh,
Are
Like,
we that
like where
original?
they
Are we
are, like-
Manic Velocity level original?
Like if the show ever
How
died
did he
in
do
10 years,
that?
you have to
How
do like
did
a
he do
where are
it
they
old
now?
man?
What about like if we did a show where our kids were like the hosts of the open comms, like fucking like, well, oh my god, can you believe Eve is still here but the Earth isn't show?
Dirk, that would require me to have a kid.
Fact.
Well, of course, but like your
I don't want- I
sister's
don't-
still around, bro. It's like it's all good. You got time.
I was like,
Whoa.
I don't want that to happen. Wait,
Wow.
what do you mean
I
by
feel
that? What do you mean by
I feel like I feel like I'm young enough to play like someone who's a little older on this show, but like who drinks too much.
No,
You're
don't
like a young
play
You're
kid,
like
dude.
Tootie
You're like,
guy
on,
very
uh,
well, Indiana guy.
Gee, you're younger
Hey,
than
you're like
everyone on
Tootie.
the show. You're like what, 24?
I'm 20 fucking thousand years old.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be
Pretty
honest.
old.
You're
There's
20,
not many
you're 20,
times.
guys.
There's not many times during the
Right,
fucking
27.
late night fucking like actually on the in but not insider show that like we fucking do. I'm gonna be honest. If you were actually a straight up fucking like late night listener of us, I don't know, throw a buck out. I don't ask her this very often, but I'm trying to do a measurement right now. It actually has some fucking like thing behind it. It's like I don't give a shit. Throw a fucking like buck out right now. Like just do it to show me. that
DC,
you're
what's your
still
next
there.
show?
All right,
When's your next show? When you going on air
May
next?
6th?
So
May 6th.
May 6th?
Yeah. I'm not doing the Friday
the-
night thing anymore because I can't stay up that late anymore with what's been going on. and like the Sunday thing is kind of in the middle of the day, so and there's no drinking, so it fits with what I got going on. So,
All right, everybody, follow DC on the other show.
oh, it's gonna be on INN. It's not any.
Yeah, just tune in.
He's not like going a long way away.
Yeah.
Dude, do you resent me because I smoke and drink every fucking week and like somehow or another I'm still alive?
Not at all, dude. Like it's shitty
Like-
luck.
like,
What's happened to me? But
Exactly. I agree. It's shitty fucking luck.
Can
I'm
I-
not saying
I
I
don't know if it's shitty luck. It's like a wake up right there, you know?
But
You gotta.
like, do you look at me and sit there and go, "Fuck"?
No,
Jerk's
not at
not
all, man.
complaining about shit. It's like, you know, he doesn't have like.
I would look at Dirk and say, "Fuck, I'm glad I'm not that guy."
Well, hold on. Like socially or like health, health wise. I mean, like, because those are two totally different fucking things. I mean, like,
Probably
I've never
both.
been the kind of guy to like look at other people
Really?
and like
Yeah.
be jealous or upset or anything like that. Like what's happening to me is my problem, and like I don't look at what other people are able to do. And
would
get
you be
upset.
mad if we helped you with that?
What do you mean?
Donations, bitch. We gotta see you so much.
Dark Wild,
God damn!
500
Don't
bits?
be such a
What if I
fucking low
donated
grade
500 bits?
motherfucker. God damn! Can I not just say GoFundMe? Can I not just say Kickstart his ass?
All right, hold
Wait,
on.
bro.
Would people
Another
out there
100
be
bits?
negative
Whoa,
against
whoa,
that?
hold on,
Because,
hold on.
like,
There's
honestly,
no reason to
we're-
kickstart anything, man.
We're
no,
getting.
no, there's not a reason to kickstart anything, but like,
Drayden,
there might be a
where'd you
reason
go,
to
bro?
go fund
Wait,
something.
I
Can we
took
go
the-
fund your wife?
I took the longest
Like,
piss of
what
my
do you
life.
want to do?
Wow!
Vegas?
Whoa!
No, I
Hey,
took.
I'm not saying just get her to Vegas. I'm just saying like in general.
Wait, hold on. We gotta
I
call.
don't
Okay,
think
so
so.
like Dirk, you called for
Because
donations.
honestly, we have like kicked up a bunch of fucking money for a bunch of fucking people out there that have a bunch of fucking things that are related to them and whatnot. But like, only once have we ever done something for something that was related to this actual fucking show. So it's like, I have got no issue whatsoever in shaming motherfuckers out there into kicking some shit in. So that's the only thing I'm asking. Like, would you be offended by that without not actually dying first to have it happen?
I
Wait,
think it's a little fucked
Which
up,
I
yeah.
would say, look,
And if
I
you
would rather
die,
you
could
kick
I
it off
have
to
the
the
money?
Haitian fucking like
Are-
earthquake victims, and then we still say, look at that guy. He wanted you to do this other thing
Wait. Are we?
in a really deep voice
Are we
when
having?
I said it.
Are we having DC come to
Ominous.
Vegas?
I'm not.
Innominate coming to Vegas?
What?
No, DC. Are we? I came in the middle of this. So.
Oh.
No, we're not kickstarting his wife coming to Vegas. That would be
Yeah, I
No,
would put
no,
you
no.
for
What
that.
about him? But hold on. Okay, before that though, you called for donations. People are donating. I heard the donations when I
no.
was pissing
We're not-
long.
we're-
It was too
No,
long.
Were you?
We
hey,
mentioned
Drayden,
the
were you
word
pissing sitting down?
donations and Vegas.
Yes.
Like they were in 3 different places.
Nice.
No. So hold on. Let me try and call some of these out because they are in chat. One sec. Rax
You can't
Domina.
Amazon Prime us to
Cheer
fucking
100 bits,
DC's.
Dark Wild cheer 500 bits.
Well, hold on. So
Larry,
Rax
thank you
Domina,
for the 100
Rax
bits.
Domina throws $1 at us. Dark
Would
Wild.
you be willing to carry our show
Bleezy
like when we're out in
123
Vegas
donated
if your
100.
wife
This
came
motherfucker
to
just did
Vegas
Wait,
to
wait.
celebrate on your behalf?
Dirk, wait. Dirk, let me call these out because they came in. So let me throw them out there real quick. So Rax Domina threw $1. Dark Wild threw $5. Crispy Glorious threw $1.
I feel like we're adding up here, and
This
therefore a
motherfucker
report needs
tipped
to happen.
$5. Thank you.
Well, hold on.
Bleezy.
Are we at
Bleezy-
7?
Wait. Bleezy 123 threw $1. I think that is.
Oh, I thought that was $100. I'm sorry.
Can
it's
a
100 bits.
motherfucker
A bit
punch
penny,
in
so-
with
100
something
fucking
that
dollars,
makes
bro.
it worthwhile
100
for me to
bits.
pour this shot?
No. I mean, like, no. Thank you guys all for tossing them bits this way.
I feel like
we'll
y'all
take a shot. I'm gonna take a shot.
Do you remember back
Dude, I'll
in the
take
day
a shot
when
on
the show
it,
used
even
to
if
be
you don't
based about...
donate.
Hold on. BC used to say something back in the day of this show. You know what? The more we degrade our fucking listeners, the more they throw shit in. And like,
That
I
sometimes
used to
happens.
think that he was
sometimes
full of
works
shit,
out.
but like he actually proved it on like
Rax Domina just
multiple
tossed
nights
in
that I
5
think
more
were
bucks.
statistically significant. People like Eve players actually like being fucking degraded. Like,
Yeah,
and-
no,
and
I
it might
don't
be
know if
why,
they like being
you know, it
degraded.
might be
I think
why
they
the
like
next
being
fucking
noticed.
Expansion needs to be Eve Cuck, but okay. That being said,
Where would that be?
Eve Cuck.
Yeah.
Shots.
Well, I don't know where Eve Cuck would be. I don't know. There's necessarily a month that Eve Cuck would work, but
is there a town called Cuck? I bet there is somewhere.
we're gonna do shots. We're gonna do shots to the people that fucking.
I'm mesmerized by
donations,
drunk Canadians headphones.
Fuck this shit. From now until the time that we actually release this show, we're just gonna do a fucking donation drive for fucking DC. Fuck it, we're just doing it.
Well, I mean, like we might have enough to send DC to Vegas already.
DC needs.
It means that we're gonna actually have to make a run to the fucking thing. You know what I want to do one night on a Friday night? I want to actually do a fucking donation show that actually raises funds for stuff that actually pushes Talking in Stations off the air because we're still so going hard fucking core. This is how we have to do this, Drayden.
You're on Talking in Stations. You're fighting a show that you're on.
No, I haven't been on it, though. I haven't been on it. I haven't been on it because it's I haven't had that.
Yeah, why have you been on it?
This is my fucking show. That's the show I go on there to be like, all right, fine. But you know what? I talked fucking sensible during the first fucking hour of this fucking night. That was my fucking night.
This is like the
Sundays are not my fucking day. It's like I just want to sit there and listen to like actual real world news.
This is like those guys that went. What was the guys from MIT or whatever it was that went down to Vegas and swindled Vegas? Like. That's their college, which is like the respectable science college. Their real gig is stealing from Vegas. That's where they live. That's their lifestyle.
So I do that. I don't think movies are real. Right?
All right, guys.
No. You pretend to be on the sophisticated show.
All right, Blast.
Hey, drunk Canadian, are you actually leaving, bro? Should we do a shot for you?
I gotta go to bed, dude. Like,
DC. I feel like we should do a shot for you or something. Like,
hold on, DC. Hold on for a minute. I gotta say something.
Uh-oh.
We're not gonna let you leave. We're gonna keep saying stuff.
Hold on,
dude. I've got a triple cheeseburger under my fucking desk. Could you just fucking go?
No, like
I'm just saying.
I legit need to get out of here.
Wait up. Don't leave.
I'm here.
Can you believe what that fucking drunk Canadian did? That motherfucker was a madman. He was a fucking madman back in the day.
All right, hold on. What you got, Shooter?
Oh, nothing. I was just saying. I just wanted to keep him online.
Oh, you motherfucker!
Because he was a fucking madman, Shooter.
Oh shit!
Such a dick.
Are we ready to do a shot? Are we ready to raise a fucking shot to the fucking drunk Canadian?
Even though you're Canadian.
Look, I know this is fucking like non-Russian fucking vodka, which like has no play in Canada at all. I totally. You know what? If I had a fucking bottle of maple syrup here right now, I'd fucking pour it in. But you know what? To maple syrup, or what you guys think is real maple syrup.
To Canadian geese.
Look, you know what?
They always
Canadian prime ministers who wear no shirts. You know that we love you, motherfucker.
Canadian dry.
You have been with us during good times, bad times, all those times. Fuck it. This is how we throw your ass the fuck out. And when we do this shot, I expect you to close out. Or we're going to have to actually do a shot after it again. Because you know what? Fuck yeah, Wildlands.
These shots are going to taste good, DC. I'm just going to let you know now.
All right, guys. I am going to take off. Love you guys.
See you, man.
All right, brother. Take care.
We'll miss you.
Bitch, I can't believe you're leaving us. Fuck you, motherfucker.
See, breakups are hard to do, man.
Do you remember when you lost that Thanatos that
night? Do we migrate this?
Why? What the fuck else does INN have to offer besides us?
No, nothing. But like we've had this before.
Well, hold on. Do you want to close it out and then play it again?
No, we close it and migrate it to the other
channel.
channel.
Why migrate? I'm sorry. Migration.
Because Drayden wants to get paid.
Migrationistic thoughts are the things that have always hurt us.
Wait, Dirk. We've had this discussion. It's just so that if anything happens, we can get rid of it. And we've
Look at that face. Look at that face.
That your haircut with your fucking ginger hair.
Am I ginger?
Reminds me of a person, but without the goatee.
Ron Weasley.
I feel like your ginger hair right now is like making me think.
Ginger?
Like,
to me, it looks brown, but everyone says it's ginger.
Does it really? Like, honestly, when I'm in Vegas, it looks brown as well. It may be my fucking
Max Headroom.
Hold on. Time out. Hold on. Wait. Let me move my fucking, like, monitor.
No, I'm just saying, like, we've been...
it's like we've generally fucking kind of semi-ginger.
We've had our wrists slapped several times for staying on this channel.
Can you imagine that? Can you imagine how we've had that happen? And what we should always do is know that, like, look,
Right.
I'm gonna go make
We've
an
had
omelet
meetings.
in a
We've
little
had
while.
meetings, and we
I
said
wish I
we
had
will
enough
always
cameras
leave
around my
INN
fucking
so that we
kitchen, right?
don't
Like,
do anything
I
there.
do my show. I do my show from my kitchen, just so people know. Okay, it's like I do my show from my kitchen, and I wish I could have done like fucking omelet shows for all of you.
Oh, that'd be great.
Can you imagine fucking like Dirk with omelets? Like, I feel like the first week I would get a bunch of fucking listeners and like our viewers, and the next week it'd be like two bitches wanting to know, be like, what?
Omelet McGurk. But yeah, no, I'm just saying,
Omelet
like,
McGurk is
we-
fucking good
we-
because
we-
it is really fucking heavy on the bacon.
no, I'm just saying that we've had meetings, like, we have to migrate just so that, regardless of anything,
All right,
it's
do me
not
a favor.
here. Let's do it.
Do me a favor. Number one, cut and then repost. Okay.
Yeah.
But also ask Life Shifter, should we go? Like,
No, like,
should
we're
we stay or
fine
should
now.
we go now?
No, we're fine right
I
now.
sang that for you motherfuckers because, like, I don't think you understood the underlying context.
No, I'm saying, like, we're fine now. It's the thing is, when the show is over and it's time for after show.
Is there anybody out there right now that wants to get me into an argument? That's the question.
No, there
I
isn't.
do.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we're fine
Is there
now.
anybody out there right now that wants to poke me and troll me into something that I didn't mean the
Don't
night
do
before?
it. No, don't do it.
Hold on. I'm going to tweet out. Is there anybody out there that wants to troll me into something that I wasn't meaning to speak about?
Red for Ed.
No, Dirk. I'm not saying that, like, we're fine
I feel like
now.
I
We just
need
have to
a
move,
secondary tweeter.
and then we
Can
get
you
rid
please
of it.
call Kate and ask her to tweet out?
I'm moving.
If somebody wants to charge Dirk the fuck up right now, could you please do it or forever hold your peace? And then, if a bunch of people say yes, we should cut the fuck over.
No, we cut over just
Actually, if
because
one
that's
person
that's
says,
what we do.
"Oh yeah, I'm totally down."
No,
on
we
that
cut
shit,"
over
we
because
should cut the fuck over.
Yeah, we cut over just because Dirk, we've had
fuck it.
meetings.
You know
We've
what?
had
You know
meetings.
what? It's like, honestly, Drayden, are you and I the only ones left right now?
Well, we got Shooter and Chisumi, so yes, we're the only two
Oh.
left.
They're like secondary guys, right?
Whoa. Fuck you, man.
Whoa,
Sorry,
hold on,
shoot.
motherfucker. I'm not saying that you're
All right,
a
hold
fucking
on.
I'm a
sub-secretary.
citizen.
I'm not
All right.
saying that you're the sub-secretary of nonsense, okay? It's
All right,
like,
hold on. Whoa,
relax.
Dirk, we're getting we're getting wild in here. But real quick,
No.
Yeah.
Because wild. Hold on.
I'm
We
getting-
can
I'm-
never allow. If ever at
I'm putting
any
Wild
time
in.
Wild comes in and says, "I'm the voice of reason," that's when we have to go.
I'm putting Wild in, but hold on, we're going.
He's gonna come in and say that. He's gonna do it. I know he is.